Take a look. It's February 23rd, 2024. Let's get in the weeds, matey. I am at Joel Pearl. Our show is going to make it where it needs to be. We don't have to travel through the Suez Canal. We're just traveling through the internet canal. Jeremy Lambert's here. He made it too. Pirates didn't get you on the way. How you doing?
I'm well. Apparently all we're doing is pirate stuff today. Is that Joel.
Yeah.
Joel. What's a pirate? Why couldn't the pirate get into the movies?
I know you should just do the bit. Do it. Go ahead. Oh, why?
Because it's rated R. Joel.
Yeah. What?
What's a pirate's favorite letter?
Lay it on me. I don't know.
No, you got to take a guess at this one. You actually got to guess this one.
Is it R?
You would think so.
Oh,
but it's actually the C.
Ah.
Yeah. See, that can go either way, because if somebody actually says the C, you can go, no, of course, it's R. So, like, that was a tricky one.
It's plausible deniability right there. I appreciate that. Anyway, so this is basically the next 2 hours of our show. Once Michael Cole said the Elimination Chamber barely made it to Perth because it got commandeered by a bunch of pirates, I was like, well, throw out the graphic. We're not talking about anything else today.
Like Dave's got jokes. 3.14% of sailors are pirates. Yeah, good job, Dave. Look at you.
Look at that.
Look at you.
God. This is fantastic. This is what we're here for. This is what we do. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 10 a.m. till noon. Oh, it's on the Eastern time, of course. We do this stuff. We just get weird. Whatever news comes out, we're
pirates and cheese. That's all we talk about on
That's
this
right.
show.
Sometimes video games too. And sometimes someone drops a scoop. You know, like this week alone, Moose dropped his contract length. Just totally unprovoked.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
I am.
Gonna get.
What are they going to do?
We're going to get yelled at.
What are they going to do? Call me about it?
Yeah, they might.
It's okay.
They'd be very upset
let them be.
at us over that.
Hell of a night. And then what else? Andrew Zarian, of course, dropping that Forbidden Door is slated to be at Arthur Ashe Stadium. The plan is, here he is. Look at this kid. He lives here.
What's he doing? He doesn't have a show today, does he? Where's he at? Why can't he come on the show?
You want to join us, Mr. Zarian? Should I let you hack the stream once again?
Yeah, he always hacks the stream.
Take a victory lap. Who's sending? Are you sending spiteful DMs?
Who's sending?
Apparently.
I didn't watch. I saw it and I'm like, oh, okay, that must have happened. I don't care. I don't care.
Is this a sports thing? I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, the Red Wings beat the Avs last night.
Oh, okay.
It was overtime.
I figured we know.
Yeah,
that
Chris
sent me a message. Not a malicious person.
I know. I was dealing with. I was watching basketball. I was way more worried about the basketball game, which turned out to be very good. Than I care about the hockey team right now. Not worried about the hockey. Worried about the basketball.
Triple H nervously listening to Ailstorm. Ailstorm's like a pirate metal band, and he's rerouting the boat. That one got me, Jeff. Thank you for that. Paul is saying, what does a math magician and a pirate have in common? They're both looking for X. That's all I got. I'm a math teacher.
So for those that don't know, because I literally just got a message from the wife of like, what is this pirate stuff?
Live online like we do.
For those that don't know, so they're in Perth, Australia for Elimination Chamber. And you can see them building the structure. And, you know, the kickoff press event thing was last night. And Michael Cole is like, here you see the structure being built as we speak. The Elimination Chamber is being built as we speak. The structure took over a month to get here. Originally, it was supposed to ship through the Suez Canal, but pirates made sure that didn't happen. So it was sent to Miami, then it was shipped on a truck to Los Angeles, put on a ship to Sydney, and then sent on a train to Perth. And now it is being built. So that is why the Elimination Chamber structure just arrived apparently yesterday, and they had to build it, and it took a month because as they tried to ship it to the Suez Canal, pirates were like, we love this wrestling stuff. What kind of booty you got here in the old Elimination Chamber?
Why didn't they just strap it to the top of the plane and fly it over? That's what I want. That's how it works. You get a big jet and you just strap it to the top. It's like driving down the highway, I figure, right? That's how it works. Anyway, listen, pirates aren't the only ones who can get to WWE programming. They come here too. It's Andrew Zarian.
The Pirates. Andrew Zarian from In the Weeds.
Yes, I'm glad apparently this is an official thing now. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wait till
Zarian,
something
nice
else
eyebrows.
is official. Thank you, sir. Just wait till something else is official.
Something else. My goodness.
Yeah, what are we doing teasing stuff? We get people. We had a lot of angry messages after Wednesday's show. People were very mad at our show.
What happened on Wednesday?
It was it was
yeah.
our most newsworthy episode in a while, and yet it was the one that people got most angry about.
You guys did nothing.
We did.
You guys did nothing wrong.
We ask questions. You're not supposed to do that.
Don't do that. Don't ask questions.
God forbid you ask questions.
Yeah, don't ask questions, Andrew Zarian. Just not supposed
to. Well, I
asked
some questions yesterday, and I saw that thief Mike Johnson. No beef. No beef. I'm joking. I was waiting to post this for weeks. I mean, I told Joel about it, and I had spoken to Sean about it, and I was just waiting. You know, I had promised that I would wait till after this pay-per-view. And
Mike
that
pirated your
Mike
news.
Johnson. Listen, Mike's a Mets fan, so I can't have beef with him.
That's
but PW Insider posted that they were going to run Arthur Ashe, and I was like, well, I guess I got to do it now. So I messaged the person that had told me this info, and I said, listen, dude, or dudette,
Bryan Danielson.
It was Bryan Danielson. I was like, listen, Brian, I gotta drop this. And I did. And then I dropped the second part of this story that I had. And then I was told, oh no, it's all changed.
Oh no.
After I put it, I pushed the tweet like 15 minutes later, I got, no, this changed like recently. So I had to retract it, and I put out an apology. And then the apology, people got confused. They said, oh, wait, your Forbidden Door story is not accurate. So I deleted everything, just left the Forbidden Door story.
So
listen.
So hold on, just so that no one is confused. What is the story, just so it's here and concise for our audience?
Forbidden Door will take place at Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York in June.
In June. Okay.
In June.
Period, end of sentence. That's it.
Yeah.
Now you all know.
Yeah, now it's all public. Grand Slam, I don't know anymore. I have to now figure that out, because originally it was going to take place on the same grounds, but at Louis Armstrong Stadium, and that's not happening.
Okay.
So that changed. So I don't know. Maybe it is Ash. I don't know. I don't. I'll probably figure it out in the next couple of weeks. But
all right, we'll see where it goes.
Listen, there's a lot of exciting stuff happening. I'm psyched for that, dude.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun event.
Now, I don't know if it's a Saturday or if it's a Sunday.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of shows to run in the market, right? Like, if you think about it, you're going to obviously run Dynamite somewhere local.
Right.
Right? So it's a 20-something thousand person stadium. Do you sacrifice Collision and not run Collision?
I think they probably run it on Sunday. They usually run it on Sunday, don't they? Like, Forbidden Door has always been on Sunday.
Was it Sunday or was it Saturday last time, Joel?
Sure
you were there.
It was Sunday because they ran Collision the night before.
Yeah, they only run it on Saturday.
Where did they run Collision?
At the same venue. They just ran the same venue twice at the Scotiabank Arena. And remember, we're all up in arms because, there weren't that many people there. It was a Saturday night Collision show, and it wasn't super hot. But
I don't think they're going to run. I don't think they're going to run Arthur Ashe.
Right, but then you got to deal with setting up two different venues for a show. So it's more likely they would just do a Saturday pay-per-view, I think.
You could do the Coliseum. You could do UBS. You could do Newark, which is not the same market. I don't care what anybody says. You could run like Hartford. You know, I would suggest you run Connecticut, or you run Philly, or you run something, you know, along the lines of coming here. I don't think you should tap into New York 3 times.
Well, you know what? I'm going to bring you back in a little bit because our interview is here.
I'm leaving. Enjoy your show. Love you guys. I got to go do my own show.
I know.
I got my own show to do.
That's right.
Who do you have? Who's your guest today? Who's your guest?
You know what? Stick around for right now. We're going to introduce him right now. Joining us.
Okay.
Very excited. He's going to be competing for the GCW World Championship tonight at GCW Touch the Sky live in Dallas, taking on Blake Christian. Joining us is the one and only Fuego Del Sol. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing?
We're doing well.
Thanks for joining us.
Now I get to kick off Andrew Zarian.
Now you get to kick me off. Listen, much better guest than me. 1,000 times better than me. I'll see you, boys.
Thanks, Zarian.
All right. Hello, Fuego. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing?
We're good. I feel like now we're in a time loop. We're just going to keep saying good morning and
Fuego, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Let's get into it with the GCW. You're facing Blake Christian for the GCW World Title. How much do you know about Blake Christian, and why is he such a dick?
I know a lot about Blake Christian, man. I've been watching this dude since his 2nd year in professional wrestling. I saw a guy coming from the South, again, a guy from Mobile, Alabama, like me. He started down in Tennessee. And just I slowly saw him making waves, doing big things, how athletic he was, how good he was. And I was like, man, this guy is someone I keep in the back of my mind that I feel like I do this with a lot of different people I compete with in a way to kind of make myself better. If they're doing big things, I need to be doing big things, right? I want to keep myself on the same path that some of these people are, that I think we're at that same level, or at least trying to compete to be at that next level. And slowly but surely, we both made our way to the mainstream of professional wrestling. And now, you know, he's got this attitude problem that I just cannot stand. I think he's if you could buy him for what he's worth and sell him for what he's actually worth, then you'd be a millionaire because he's up his own ass real bad right now at the moment.
So we've been trying to get Blake Christian to join us on the show for a while. We have. I've been sending tweets. I've been trying to go through different channels, various channels, and he doesn't want to do it. Okay, fine. Maybe we're not big enough for him. But if you win that GCW World Title, Fuego, can we bring you back a bunch of times? Would you do that for us?
That's the problem. See, that's the problem with Blake Christian. I want everyone to know this, right? He wants to be champion, but he doesn't want any of the championship burdens that come with it. He cannot talk like me. He can walk the walk in the ring, but he cannot talk the talk. Okay, I can do the media. I can cut the promos. I can be anywhere and everywhere all at once. I'll be at GCW tonight, and then I hop on a jet in the morning, and I fly to Montana, and I wrestle in Montana tomorrow night. Then I fly back to San Antonio and wrestle in San Antonio Sunday night because I do this. This is my life, right? I don't have 3 letters attached to my name anymore to elevate me in a way he does. And I don't know if that's making him complacent. I don't know if that's made him lazy when it comes to being a true champion, but like, I see GCW happening all the time, and I don't see him in the main stories. I don't see him in all of these promos. I cut a promo for this show this week. I yet to see Blake cut a promo for the show because he doesn't want the championship burdens like I want to be champion. And that's why something needs to change tonight.
He just wants to be an asshole to everybody. He's a giant jerk. I hope you beat him. I hope we can just rid the world of Blake Christian once and for all. Him and Matt Cardona.
Hold on. I got a soft spot for Matt Cardona because, you know, I got to ask him once what he eats on his day off, and his response went viral. So I gotta give it to Matt Cardona. So, you know, it's fine.
At least he promotes the shows.
He does. Cardona big on promoting.
Yeah, big on Twitter and X for sure.
Yes.
Hey, you mentioned going to making the towns and everything. How do you handle pirates? That's the big topic of discussion today. Is how do you handle pirates?
I I know how to communicate with pirates. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I know how to communicate with pirates. So it's like we speak the same language, and when there's a certain respect there. When you can communicate with them, and you got you know each other like me and pirates do, certain respect. They let me go. I'm all good.
You're in on the pirates here. Like have you been hunting treasures with them? Like I need to know more.
I grew up on the coast, right? I grew up by the water. You know,
Okay.
there's the way of the water, the way of the language. That's something you gotta understand, right? I got 3 kids and they're just looking for some booty. You know what I'm saying? So I understand.
I don't think you need kids to have that.
You're right, but different types of booty, but it's the same thing.
Searching the seas. We won't expose all the pirate secrets out there when it comes to this. You've been back on the independent scene for a while now. How have you, after coming off the AEW run, how has things changed for you being back on the independent scene?
Like I said, I've learned real quick that you don't have a promotional juggernaut behind you to elevate all the things you do. Everything I did was amplified because I was going to be on AEW programming, whether it be TV or dark, at least once a month. And so to not have that, a lot of times you're out of sight, out of mind. So unless someone is following me, they might not know all the things I'm doing, all the ways I'm getting better, all the dope shit I do in the ring. But it took me a while to get my footing back under me. Not only did I get released by AEW, but I was right after I got cleared from a 4-month foot injury. So I had to kind of refine my footing and get back to where I wanted to be cardiovascular wise and in ring shape, and then getting my foot more comfortable to do all the crazy shit I usually do. So I would say it took me about 4 or 5 months to get to where I wanted to be. And then now I'm just hitting my stride and doing what I want to do. And I knew I had to set my sights on GCW because I want to be back on TV again. And to do that, you got to hit some of the big indies. And there's no bigger independent right now than Game Changer Wrestling, traveling all of North America, doing European tours. They're doing everything. And I want to be there. I want to be a consistent part of the roster. And the fastest way to do that is to beat Blake Christian for the GCW championship tonight.
It's a pretty fair way of thinking about it, to be honest. Come in, win the title, yeah, be the guy on top. You broke a rule recently on the internet.
Oh God!
And we're not going to get too deep, but you were saying don't interact with outrage accounts and engagement farming. And I'll tell you personally, I agree with that. I actually think it's a great thing to have in your back pocket, to not do that, not interact.
Yeah,
with
and that dude sucks. Who you replied to? By
exactly.
The way.
let's just put it out there. But
SRS was in my DMs telling me how much he's.
We'll do it publicly, damn it. So here's the thing. We gotta get our articles out. So we need your hottest wrestling take, and we're gonna turn it into an outrage article of our own. I'm sure. Okay. No one's gonna come after you, but we're definitely gonna come with read the whole piece. So let's go. Let's give you your hottest wrestling take.
Oh my goodness, my hottest wrestling take. So there's 2 different probably ways I could go with this. My hottest wrestling take at the moment.
People just bury Sean Ross Sapp at this point. That's fine too.
I mean, I like Sean. I really do. I feel like really one of the only, maybe him along with a couple others, only the only reliable, or at least trying to do it with some integrity. I feel like, man, some people don't give a damn. Like wrestlers open themselves up to try to, help you guys a little bit. Not just you guys. I'm just mean people in general, are journalists in general, and then they get screwed later on because these guys will do anything for the clickbait. And so it's weird.
Just say Cody should lose at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that.
Hell no. I think that's the WWE had Rock versus Roman and Cody versus Roman up on a silver platter, and they fumbled both of them severely. I feel like they have miraculously recovered it in some sort of way and pivoted really thanks to The Rock. But why did you have Cody win the Royal Rumble if you knew you wanted to do Rock versus Roman? It's just it just made no sense storyline wise. Like, you had to see this coming. And I get Punk got injured and that throws a wrench in plans, but they say that Rock knew he was coming back way earlier than that. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, to be, the biggest wrestling company in the world, you think there's a little bit more foresight and planning going on. But, I want a job one day, so maybe I'll stop talking.
Have you and Cody kind of been keeping up with each other since, as he's been on this ascent in WWE?
Me, Sammy Guevara, Cody Rhodes, we have a group chat. We talk all the time. We're laughing. Sammy is a giant figure mark and a giant belt mark is what we call him in the thing. And so they're just competing for figures and belts at this point. And I'm there to add my own funny little commentary. But then we're talking about life. We all got children now, so we're talking about children. Cody called Sammy a fake Dragon Ball Z fan the other day, and it was just the highlight of my whole day. But yeah, I talk to him all the time. He's been a mentor to me. I was actually backstage at Raw and SmackDown in October, and he invited me on the old bus. We had a good little chat, and it was like time, just like we were back in AEW. I feel like, Cody played a big part in a lot of people's ascent in AEW, or at least getting higher in AEW. And some people don't talk to him as much now that he's not in an EVP role. And I think he does appreciate the people that does still reach out to him. And he was always our friend first. That's why we did those stupid ass vlogs. It's because we just enjoyed hanging out with each other and cracking jokes. And so I'm a huge Cody supporter, and he definitely should win at WrestleMania.
This is the clickbait headline.
There you go.
Cody Rhodes has called Sammy Guevara a fake Dragon Ball Z fan.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And let the tribalists go nuts at the idea of the three of y'all being in a group chat together. You're not allowed. That's not,
yeah.
To do that.
Fuck the tribalists. I like wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling. Monday nights it was Raw, and then on Thursday nights I'd watch TNA. And as much wrestling as I could get, I loved, right? And it's just, I think, especially with Twitter, you have like stan culture that comes out, and like they make it their whole personality, or they base all their friendships around liking one person or one thing and like clinging to it. And it is their moment of escape to click on that X app and to pop up and to immerse themselves into whatever they like, which also creates this crazy echo chamber that some people are better than they are. Some people are worse than they are. This person deserves this thing. This person, and it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. Go outside, touch grass.
It always baffles me when that happens, and I'm like, all these guys are like friends, and they all want each other to succeed.
Well, not all of us, like so. Right.
But for
fake.
The
we
most
hate
part.
each other in the back for real.
Welcome to a working environment.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So like for the most part, it's like they pick each other up. Like Eddie Kingston will take shots at WWE on television, and he's like, "Yeah, I want WWE to succeed. I got friends over there who I don't want them to go out of business or anything. Like that's dumb. We all want each other."
I mean, even Randy Orton, who's gonna be a WWE lifer for all his life, just had an interview where he was like, "Cody went over there and changed the business. He made everything better for all of us." All of that.
Always baffling when people get attached to that kind of stuff. But what can you do? Speaking kind of on the same subject of Cody Rhodes, Fuego 2, where's he been at? Little similarities to Cody Rhodes.
I mean, people love to point this out. People love to point out the similarities, and it just sucks because Fuego 2 went missing right at the same time that Cody, jumped ship and left us all. It's missing, presumed dead at this point. The more I think about it, the more I fight back tears. What a fun little thing while it lasted. There was only 4 matches, but it took the world by storm. It took the world by storm, and it was really just a way for Fuego 2 to stay in ring shape because he felt like he was cutting too many promos on TV. But yeah, it was great for me because it guaranteed me to be at TV every week. And then when Cody leaves and I don't have that guarantee to be at TV every week, it slowly hurt my standings within AEW, I think.
What's one of the, like, I guess, little things you can learn from a guy like Cody Rhodes? Because everyone sees the big television persona, but Cody is very good with the minute little details. What's some of the little things that you can pick up from somebody like Cody?
Oh, there's a ton of little things, but my favorite thing, and I feel like more people need to think like this, is the definition of the word over. Is what he loves to harp on. He's like, there is over in a sense that you will always move tickets and do well numbers on TV and move merchandise. And then there's over that everyone else likes to think of is just, you got a lot of momentum right now from the crowd reactions. That's it, right? There's two different ones. Like, even right when I got signed, I had so much momentum with good crowd reactions, but the less I was used or the less I was on TV, the more it just slowly died down, right? He's like, he told me last year, he's like, I was getting really good crowd reactions for a while. And then they announced Cena for SmackDown. He moved 5,000 tickets in one night. He's like, that's over. He's like, at AEW, when we were both there, he was like, the only over guy on this roster is Chris Jericho. He's like, everyone else fluctuates in our momentum and our crowd reactions. He's like, to be truly over, you have to be able to sustain that for years at a time. And like, it really changed my thought process. Like, there's over and then there's over right now. And some people are just over right now.
It's funny that you say that, because like I think about everything that you're saying is true. And I also think that some wrestling promotions operate as like a team mentality, like a team, an ensemble cast is what gets it over. Is that something that you ruminate on? Is that something you think about? Or are you really like rooted in what Cody's saying with, the star that's over moves the tickets?
Well, it just depends on how you book it, right? That's the great thing. But like, WWE, for better or for worse, made themselves synonymous with the word wrestling. WWE made themselves so, like, WrestleMania is gonna sell itself in a lot of ways. You could not announce a match, and like, while that is good for WWE's business model, it's not necessarily good for everyone's singular business model, right? And when contracts come up, they don't give a damn about how well the ensemble did at the end at that year, if that makes any sense. It's like they want to everybody wants to yell that team, hey, it's a team effort, hey, we're all together, hey. But at the end of the day, you have to try to look out for yourself first. It's like, this is the business of, we want everyone to succeed, but nobody do better than me. It's just how it always is, and that's how it's always going to be. And so if you book it right and use that, use it right in the right way of like, hey, we got this new guy coming in, we put him with the right over person or in the right over match and get people interested and excited about this guy, then you can, you look at someone like Jade Cargill right now, and it was the perfect debut at the Rumble for her, but they built it up for a few months beforehand after they signed her, and then they put her in the Rumble. They give her this big moment. That's a way to do it, to keep someone and to show a different audience how, over someone is.
Who out there on the independent scene do you kind of have your eye on, looking at, like, I'd like to get in the ring with this guy and see what he's all about, and as a test to yourself?
Speedball Mike Bailey, I think, is number one. And I know he's with Impact, in TNA, but if you look at any top independent cards right now, most of them have some talent from TNA on it. And yeah, so it's just Speedball, I think right now is the best, one of the best in the world. He's in my top 5 best in the world. It's just, he's a cardio machine. He doesn't get tired. He's always innovating, coming up with new stuff. I remember I was at WrestleCade last November, and I was sitting there next to my buddy Sam Stackhouse, and Speedball wrestled Matt Cardona, and Cardona comes through the curtain first, and he's huffing and puffing, and he looks at like the promoter, and he's like, Speedball's good, man. That Speedball's really good. And then Speedball walks through the curtain, and it looks like he hasn't broken a sweat. He just walks to the back because, like, he goes so hard every single match, and then he'll say that he doesn't go hard. But like, I got to finally jump in the ring with Jonathan Gresham at the end of last year. I was very excited about that. But Speedball is the one I would love to mix it up with. Alex Shelley, another one I would love to mix it up with. And then there's a lot of young cats up on the rise that I think, I would love to mix it up with these guys. They, a young cat like Leon Slater would be fun to work with. Kevin Knight. There's a bunch of guys on the rise that I'm looking at.
I'm gonna pull up a photo from your Instagram, and I have one question.
Uh-oh.
What were y'all talking about?
Believe it or not, I feel like people don't listen to this T-Pain's music now, and I have always been the biggest T-Pain fan. I've seen him in concert, and like and then Twitch as well, because like when you meet a celebrity, I have always, even especially with wrestlers too, I don't want to just meet you and take a picture with you. I want you to remember who I am when I meet a celebrity. And like that was like my whole, anytime as a young wrestler, anytime we had a big giant name on the independent show, I was like, my goal was to get this guy to follow me on Twitter by the end of the day. Like I got to get in good with these people, and same thing with T-Pain. I was like, I talked to him about some of his new music because I know some of these people there wouldn't have known about that. And then I talked to him a little bit about Twitch. And then when I rated him on Twitch, him and his wife both were like, hey, that's the wrestler from da-da-da-da. And I was like, mission accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So some of his new music and just he was just so cool. He was so happy to be backstage. Cody brought him back. He was so nice, took pictures with everybody. He was the man.
Who do you have following you on Twitter that is famous, that you've gotten that big famous follow?
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
wait, hold on.
Oh God,
me just now.
I love it. Thank you. Ron Funches follows your boy, which he's a big wrestling fan. He's been involved in the who else we got? There's another famous person that follows me. I mean, Mia Khalifa followed me for a little bit of time because she was at indie shows I was at, but she unfollowed, which is understandable. I unfollowed as well. It's understandable.
Mutual unfollowing.
Yeah, of course.
You don't want people reporting in the spot.
Of course. Yeah. If you really scroll back on Instagram, you can find that photo, which is got me street cred, which I didn't want, I think.
I was on a time crunch, so I got his phone.
I understand. There's a ton of wrestlers that follow me, but I don't know. I don't know who would be my biggest celebrity follow. Yeah, I don't know. I'm unsure. I mean, I got, Greg Miller from Kind of Funny, is IGN, former IGN, million follower. But he's apparently, a part of WWE roster now too. So we're all connected in some way.
I see Cole Radrick is out here retweeting and talking about a potential match between Sam and yourself against him and Alec Price. Can you say mean things about Cole Radrick?
Oh, it's so hard to say mean things about Ratty Daddy. I could talk some shit on Alec Price any day. But Cole is my guy. Cole, you're not as good at Rocket League as you think you are. I mean, we play all the time, and sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. But me and Sam, while we might fail at beating you at Rocket League on some days, we will whoop your ass if you get in the ring with us. That is something that we have both decided. Me and Sam Stackhouse, it's just someone I really want to show some love to. Sam Stackhouse, also from Oklahoma, living in Oklahoma right now where I'm based. One of the few guys that put in the work and travel and is one of the most athletic big men in wrestling today. And when we decided we were going to be a tag team, we knew we had to bust out some wild stuff. And in Phoenix a few weeks back, we did just that. And we showed GCW, I think, hey, you need to be booking Fuego Del Sol and Sam Stackhouse a lot more. And I think you will see that tag team a lot more in the future. And hopefully we get to whip Cole and Alex's ass.
If you diss his video game play, and he'll take that very personally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We had Billy Starks on the show recently. She had no problem going right for the jugular.
Of course. Billy, ruthless.
The bully.
Ruthless.
Yeah. Call them a woman in a bikini.
Oh my God.
A woman out. Oh, Billy's mean. She's
just
so mean.
tore out his spine through his throat. It was It was impressive almost.
Yes.
Anyway, shall we do the thing, Jeremy?
Well, real quickly, somebody in the chat is just saying they would like more vlogs from you. So I don't know if you had any plans to kind of restart that up, but if you provide more insight on that, if you do have plans to do some more vlogs and YouTube videos.
So I was doing some some behind the scenes story content, kind of like Maven is doing over on his channel. And I found a lot of success in that, but I didn't want to just blatantly rip Maven off, which a few videos, it's definitely different time periods and different companies in wrestling. But I let it breathe just for a hair. I definitely want to get back to that, but because that was giving me the most success. But I think vlogs are dying out. I felt like maybe for a hardcore fan base, maybe like on a private like Patreon or something like that, I would release more vlogs. But even me and Sammy were talking about this past week. It's like, I don't think people enjoy watching wrestling through vlogs anymore. You see BTE's kind of going away and now changing to being the Dark Order. Not many vlogs there are people still posting them. I just don't know if people are enjoying watching vlog. I think YouTube has gotten tired of vlog content at the moment. But I definitely, if I was rich enough to hire my own editor, because that's the shit I hate. I hate editing.
Yep.
And so if I had someone volunteer to edit for me until we made some money, then I would absolutely do it. More of it. I do enjoy doing the bit stuff. I feel like I'm my own producer. Like, oh, here's some clickbait for you. Alan's not gonna like this. Alan Angels messaged the vlog crew group chat asking for names for a TV show or talk show on TNA, and your boy came up with the sound check.
Oh,
came up with the name The Sound Check. So that's on me. That's my credit right there. Still can't get a job over there. But I now that's just a good little job. I've always been very good at producing skits, I'm a very creative individual, and that's something that people didn't see. And anytime Sammy has got interviewed about that or about me, he's always made sure to say that, hey man, Fuego is an idea guy. He comes up with a lot of ideas and funny moments and good storytelling beats and things of that nature, which I think will lend to that expertise will be great later on in my career once I'm done wrestling and being able to do more backstage things in a creative role. I can absolutely see myself there.
Well, I know they're going through changes right now, but have you had any talks with TNA previously or in the or more recently?
I talked to Scott D'Amore a little bit, and he was like, "Hey, Tommy Dreamer, Gail Kim, they're talent relations. They're the people you should talk to." And I got Tommy's number, and he's definitely told me he's keeping me in mind. But at the moment, there's been nothing for sure. And then I've also been in touch with William Regal over on the other side, and William Regal has had some really nice things to say about me, and hopefully we'll be doing something of the nature there soon.
Praise Fuego on TNA post shows moving forward.
Appreciate that.
We will do that. We play a little game here before we let you go. It's called Partner Promo or Punch in the Face. I'm going to give you 3 names, and you're going to pick which one you want to partner with in a tag team match, which one you want to do a promo with, and which one you want to have a singles match by punching them in the face. Are you ready for this, Fuego?
So just 3 names, kind of like F, Marry, Kill, basically. Promo, partner, punch. Okay, I got you.
There we go. Cody Rhodes, Fuego 2, Stardust. Fuego Del Sol, partner, promo, punch in the face.
I got to partner with Fuego 2, of course. And then let me promo with Cody, and then I'll punch Stardust in the face. I feel like Cody is a phenomenal promo, and the way he goes about promos and thinks of promos and the direction, like when you get a Cody promo, you never, or a face-to-face like him and Punk a few weeks back before the Rumble, it's just like you never know the direction they're gonna go. And I think that's what captivates me and keeps me interested in a Cody promo, is because he has a way of bringing you in close and holding you there and keeping you listening to his every word. And that would be a fun one. And then people need to go back and watch Fuego versus Serpentico on AEW Dark, because it looked like it was going to start off and be, this fun little comedy thing. And then he hit me with a pile driver on the apron and we're doing all this wild stuff. And I think that's exactly what a Stardust match would be. It seemed like it was going to be comedy. And then we go balls out and go crazy and do some wild things. So I feel like that justifies my answer.
I like the idea, especially because you and Fuego too. If you're gonna do a promo with Cody Rhodes, Fuego too would probably want to get more reps in the ring. I get it. This all makes sense.
Absolutely.
Coming together. Fuego, thank you so much for your time this morning. Again, tonight for the GCW Championship, it's going to be Fuego Del Sol challenging the champion Blake Christian. GCW's Touch the Sky live in Dallas. It's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Fuego, put over everything else you got going on, please.
Yeah, I'm all over the place, right? You follow me on social medias, you'll see my schedule. I'm coming to a town near you soon, pretty much. I'll be at WrestleCon and WrestleMania weekend. Definitely come to the table, say hello, get you a picture, an autograph, shake my hand. It'll be a good time. And I got a YouTube channel that I upload occasionally at. I got a Twitch channel that I stream pretty weekly at. And just follow my Instagram and my Twitter. Those are the best two places to keep up with Fuego Del Sol.
Thank you, Fuego. We appreciate you joining us this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you. Y'all
good luck tonight. Beat Blake Christian.
Please.
Hell yeah. That's the goal, baby.
Tell Cole Radrick we said hi. We do love him.
Oh, I definitely will.
Trying to get mean things said about him.
Thank you, man. Much. There we go. Fuego Del Sol. That was, you know what? I'm going to say it. That may be one of my favorite interviews we've done on this show.
Yeah, because he buried Cole Radrick. Anybody who buries Cole is always great.
Not that hard to do. Yeah. Apparently it is for Fuego. But no, that was, you know what? That was a lot of fun. It was pull the curtain back. We actually expected Fuego at 11. And while Andrew Zarian was on, I was just like, what the fuck? Why is he?
He popped up. Hey, I sent him the link early, as I try to do. Like, hey, here you go. Here's the way to join us. At the time, we said we would talk, and then Zarian was on, and like 5 minutes into Zarian being here, we saw Fuego pop up backstage. Joel messages me and just like, "Well, you said Fuego at 11." I was like, "Well, me too." And is there we're gonna make him wait for 45 minutes or anything? So we're just like, well,
should have.
No, that would be very.
That would be dickish. I know.
Yeah, that would be very mean of us. I was like, no, let's see. Zarian had his show to do at 10:30 anyway, so we knew we're gonna get limited time with him. So like, let's let Zarian go on, prepare. Let's have Fuego on. We'll have a little extra time with him in that case, and we'll get to it. No, Fuego, I knew it'd be a lot of fun. I met him at WrestleCade. I don't think he actually like remembered me or anything like that. But I was, hanging out with Sean, and he talked with Sean for a little bit. He seems like a very nice guy. I was there. I didn't bring this up in the interview, but I was at the first Rampage when he got signed after the match with Miro. Oh. And yeah, he stayed in the ring, and I was like, what's happening here? And then you see like Sammy come out and everything, and he got signed. So yeah, I was at that Rampage when he got signed.
I think one of the reasons why I like this interview so much is because it touches on a lot of the things that you and I talk about regularly when it comes to just wrestling fandom and the way people kind of interact with wrestling and wrestlers. And like, I'm kind of serious. Like, I want someone to clip that, they have a group chat. It's Cody and Sammy and Fuego. And it's like, here's an independent guy who got his start in who got his like mainstream start in AEW with Fuego. You got Sammy Guevara, who's a contracted AEW wrestler, and you've got Cody Rhodes, who was a former VP of AEW, now about to embark on
giant loser in WWE,
depending who you ask, about to embark on another giant WrestleMania tour main event and all that stuff. Can't get to Perth, Australia on time. I assume he was on the boat with
the Pirates got him.
The first thing I said was, "Oh no, was he on the pirate boats?"
How do you think an interaction with like Cody and Jack Sparrow would go?
So someone's saying that Zarian's been on the show too often. You know what? That's too bad. He's one of ours now.
He's gonna be here every week. He's gonna be here every week.
Yeah, he just shows up.
When he broke that news yesterday, he was just like, he broke it, and I do the story, and I messaged him like I wanted to bill him from In the Weeds, but like I don't want anybody associated with this show who doesn't want to be associated with this show. I was like, hey, you cool? Like if I put like up In the Weeds, like, yeah, of course. So I was like, all right, cool. And then I saw you picked up on it. I was like, yeah, I asked for permission. Again, I don't want. If Zarian does not want to be associated with this show, I get it. I totally get it. So I was like, yeah, but we appreciate Andrew Zarian. He's fantastic.
Of course. You know what? He said it on the show. He not only he enjoys being here and we enjoy having him, but also like we're all friends. We all talk about the stuff together on and off the air. We text, we have DMs, he knew about our Moose interactions, our conversations. He knows about what's going on in our worlds. So there it is. There we go. We have explanations to the Pirates.
We need more on these Pirates, by the way. Like this is the real story. You want to do some journalistic work, Sean Ross Sapp? Get an interview with these Pirates.
I'm sure these Pirates are the baby faces in the story because they were looking to commandeer the Elimination Chamber to build it because they know it's a house-like structure and the places where they're from, maybe it's an impoverished area, and they thought this could be our new area in which people could live, and maybe it was a new area for them to congregate. Maybe it was going to be the new church, the Church of Chamber.
Are these Pirates on Twitter? Can I invite them on this show? Pirates of the Suez Canal on Twitter.
Could you imagine? The Pirates should be an Elimination Chamber team or a Survivor Series team. Put the Pirates in the Elimination Chamber. One by one, they'll fight it out to see who's the captain now.
The most famous Pirates is I
already tweeted this at like 6:00 this morning. Blackbeard's gonna win the men's chamber and Annie Brody's gonna win the women's chamber. I got way ahead of the Pirate game. And of course, because I tweeted it at like, when did I do this? Like 7:00 in the morning. And of course, like 2 people picked up on it.
I need like Patchy on this show. That's a SpongeBob reference, Joel. Need to get like Patchy or the Ghost of Davy Jones on here. But like that's who we need. Can we get Patchy on this show?
Cody should absolutely show up with a hook. Do the whole Grayson Waller effect dressed as a pirate. Someone, oh my God, R-Truth is gonna dress like a pirate.
Now R-Truth is in Austria. He went to the wrong place.
You forgot.
Yeah, he went to the wrong. He's in Austria.
Poor guy. Oh, wow, Gunther is like punching walls right now that he can't go home. But meanwhile, R-Truth can go. He's just like, Gunther just texted R-Truth being like, "Bring me back some food, some Bavarian cream donuts." And R-Truth is like, "All right, big dog."
I'm inviting at Suez Canal Pirates to come on the show.
Wait, is this an actual thing?
I don't know. I'm just gonna try it.
Oh,
I'm just gonna try it.
Our own Anna is doing interviews for Fightful. She did them earlier today in Australia, in Perth, for the event. So those are going up soon. There's going to be articles galore and content galore coming out of that. And of course, our pal Josh Robinson, he was there. Some of his stuff has already been picked up and talked about on Fightful and beyond. So I just want to shout them out because you'll see a lot of stuff from them, and I'm sure others. But those are our pals. So
is Josh coming on our show on Monday? I saw him in the chat. This is an official invite, Josh.
So I invited Josh. I'll pull the curtain back again because this is what we do. I invited Josh, but because of the time changes, it's a little wonky. I invited him now, but I think he's actually fallen asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, maybe. You should.
It's like 4 a.m. there.
Yeah, it's very early. I would, by the way, I would love to get Tom Kenny on this show. Are you kidding me? Joel would have nothing to add to any.
I do my research. I always do.
Man, be great.
Pirates, man. I just thought Michael Cole was paying homage to Jesse Jane.
I mean, that won a lot of awards.
It did. Yeah. That was $1 million budget.
That was like big budget too.
And you know what? It's one of those movies where like you watch the whole thing through.
Yeah.
You had to take a bunch of breaks in the middle, but like you watch the whole thing through.
Really sad movie. You had to not a lot of Kleenexes used for that movie. Yeah, no. Very sad film.
2005 was one hell of a year. Don't, if you're at work, don't. Probably tell people now. People getting fired, so just don't. Yeah, I see you, chat. You bunch of degenerates. Oh God! What? Now I don't want to talk about anything else.
What? It's a sad movie, everybody. It's a sad
It
movie.
is.
Yeah.
Jeff Valley Driver understands it was a stroke of genius. For some, it was several strokes of genius.
They made a sequel of that, didn't they?
It was bad. The sequels are rarely good. Come on. By the way, because sequels to Rocky is what I'm thinking of right now. Can we talk about this WrestleVotes tweet talking about the potential of Sylvester Stallone getting involved? And you and I, how we've talked about that for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it was always Sly Stallone and Kevin Hart. If this happens, we're taking credit for it. None of this WrestleVotes nonsense.
Are we taking credit for it? That's fine. Sure.
Yeah, no, if it happens. If it doesn't happen, then we never talked about it. It's kind of how it goes. Right?
The wife is messaging me. What movie? How do I?
No. This is cinema. This was cinema. It was a dark cinema where you just had to be there, but watch out on the floors.
Oh, bless my lovely wife. She's out of the loop on this one. She's out of the loop.
That's fine. Let's let that happen. Back to the Future 2 was better than 1. That's my hot take for the day. I don't think it's a hot take. It's actually pretty honest and true. Oh my goodness. Anyway, hey, by the way, if you haven't already, leave a thumbs up on the video. We're almost an hour in and I haven't had the chance to do that. Thumbs up, point to the sign. It's WrestleMania season. And of course, Fightful Overbook, subscribe to the channel. There are a lot of you who watch this video and you're not subscribed. Please subscribe because there's so much content that goes out, not just from us, but coexisting with Rob and Maggie's later on today. Indeed, with Reg and Mike and various co-hosts and guests that come and join them. They drop episodes every week. And we've got a lot of stuff coming as well, which is great. I have an interview that's going to be coming out in the next week or so. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but there's that. And I think we have some new shows coming very soon to Fightful Overbooked. So
do we? I don't know about any of this stuff.
They reached out to you directly, not me. So your cover's blown. I'm sorry. And by the way, super chats, any amount, get your question statement read on the air. And we always appreciate your support. It could be pirate puns. I don't care at this point. Just give me your money is what I'm saying in the interest of piracy.
I filled my wife in on.
I'm glad you finished that.
What this ordeal is all about.
Good Lord.
Look forward to her reaction.
I'm sure it won't be a good one. Oh, your next movie night's gonna be weird.
I try to get her to watch the Fast films, Fast Fridays. Those are the only movies that I watch. It's Fast Fridays.
Fridays and Fast.
No, just that's what it's called. Like, Fast Fridays. We need to watch all the Fast and Furious films, and she won't do it.
Understandable.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of.
Why?
Drop my pen. Because they're okay movies, but
she wants to watch she put on like Grosse Point Blank. I never heard of this film.
That's a good movie.
Office Space. That's what she put on last week.
That's a great movie. That's a great movie.
I've never seen it. I was partially watching it when she put it on, but I didn't get it. Wasn't about family. So
so you're out.
Yeah.
Pirates is about family. So maybe you should watch that.
Pirates was about family.
Anyway, should we? What do you want? What should we talk about? See,
I thought we were talking about movies. Let's just keep talking about movies. Let's talk about nothing. None of the actual alleged topics that we need to actually talk about.
I mean, listen, Ryan Sullivan saying you watched Super Troopers lately. At least that's a good movie. Right meow.
Yeah, that's a good bit from Super Troopers.
The second one wasn't my favorite, but the first one, listen, in the court of things you can say today, half of it's out. But if you just watch the movie and just I'm not really that person, but it's funny in the moment, I'll take it. Right meow.
Ryan has a super chat.
Ryan says
Usual-
a super chat that says, just showing my usual support and love for y'all. At least Pirate Paul Burchill steals his money like he did with the Chamber.
Man, remember he came back for like two episodes of NWA Power. Power.
Wow, pirate power. maybe the pirates are actually NWA stars.
Maybe
Maybe.
they were.
The boat is commandeered by Top Dollar because he's everywhere after all.
Everywhere except doing a rap battle against me where he's gonna lose.
Cowards.
I'll drop a pirate bar on Top Dollar. It'd be over.
Oh, that's true. But then he'd probably, steal it. That
Maybe.
a pirate, dude. Kevin Bruno says a super chat as well, saying Dustin Hoffman is Captain Hook to do the Elimination Chamber opening promo video. That is making lemonade out of lemons.
They'd have to work quick on that.
I'm sure they could. Dustin Hoffman's not dead.
Could we get Dustin Hoffman on this show?
Listen, there are a lot of people we can get on this show. I don't think we're Mark Maron levels of getting guests just yet.
You never know.
We did try to get Mark Maron and specifically the producer. They were not available for us.
You never know if they might join us. Like all you do is ask. That's all you do. Just ask.
Yeah, well, I did ask, and people just say no. Nobody likes me.
Yeah, well, I mean that's fair.
Why can't you be nicer? Now I'm sad.
Nah.
All right, well, I'm over it.
Deal with it.
At the very beginning of the show, I got to say this. So Jeff Alley Driver actually said that he loves the thumbnail.
You want to tell them the great ideas that I had for the thumbnail?
Let's pull up.
I inspired this thumbnail, by the way, everybody.
In some ways,
Joel put it all together. He did the great work on it, but I did inspire this thumbnail.
I was at a loss for ideas because my night got completely turned upside down. Thank you, Will. And I wasn't sure what to do. I had to do TNA post show and all that stuff and watch TNA at 8:30. And I had a couple hours before to put together the thumbnail. And I was like, what are we going to talk about? So I said to Jeremy, I'm taking thoughts on thumbnail. And these were the replies. Mercedes with the pepper shaker.
Yeah.
That one I liked, and I immediately got it. And I said, does it have to be a man pepper shaker? And he says, yes, a pepper shaker of a man. And then it was, and I said, oh, I was looking for photos of Jen Pepperman. Ones that weren't being used by everyone already. And then it was Mercedes holding an Emmy. And then I said, hold on, figured it out. Now the magic begins. And the magic is the one you see now, where I have 3 people wearing sunglasses with the deal with it type of style on their face. And they're all basically just excited for what's to come in AEW.
I like the Mercedes with a pepper shaker suggestion, but it inspired this great thumbnail.
It did.
So.
I wanted the deal with it type of feel to this thing. So I did it. And now Mercedes Moné's personal favorite writer, Brian Gewirtz style writer, she's going to be on the bus with Mercedes. I'm sure Mercedes' deal includes a bus, just like everyone else in wrestling. Jen Pepperman's going to ride the bus with Mercedes Moné, write all of her stuff. If Mercedes were to, I don't know, maybe she goes back to school and she's got a book report due, then Jen Pepperman's going to write the book report. This is Jen Pepperman. She is the new VP of, was it creative
content, creative content, something like that.
Yeah, creative content. I'll pull up the actual press release. But you know what? Why is this a big deal? Several reasons why. The one we just mentioned, that there is a connection to Mercedes Moné. The other one being that, there are a few women in wrestling, period, behind the scenes. And Jen was one who was a popular voice in WWE at the time, except for when she brought her Emmy to a meeting.
Bro, that rolled.
That does roll.
By the way,
for those who don't know the story, Jen had won an Emmy. She came to work the next day or week or whatever, and she plops the Emmy on the table in a WWE meeting and was basically like, "This is mine. Where are yours?" And she got heat for it for some reason. I don't know why, but
because
falls out.
You can't win one of them.
It can't.
And so they were mad about that.
You think she put it on the desk and said, "For your consideration"?
I hope she did. I hope she didn't even just say anything. Just walked in there with it, set it down, and it's just like, "So, what's Sasha doing today?" And then just moved on with it, and then she just got heat over that. The bunch of, I want to be mean to the writers in the room. I'm going to be mean to these writers in the room. I don't know.
You are.
I'm sure some of them are very nice. We've had former writers on our show, so like
Gave us some good scoops too.
yeah, and said nice things about Jen Pepperman as well.
That is true.
Yeah, and that it was around the time that lawsuit came out, which was dropped, that didn't say flattering things about Jen Pepperman and defended Jen. So anyway, so she puts the Emmy down again. I'm gonna say mean things about the shit in the room because it's a bunch of men, right? For the most part, it's a bunch of men in this room, right?
Yep.
Bunch of pussies for just being like this woman putting her Emmy down here and rubbing it in our faces. Get over yourselves. Like be happy for her, Like it's a great flex. Be happy for her. Be like, you know what? Maybe we should take notes from her. This is what they want. They want Emmy winning soap opera winners. You got one. Like maybe take some notes, gentlemen.
Oh man, you know what?
Dave Schilling was the writer, by the way. I didn't say his name, and like now I feel bad because I'm like that writer guy, Dave Schilling.
Yeah, he gave us a great interview back in the early days of our program. I'm sure that there were several people in that room who were actually excited and happy, but it's just so funny that people are just so little dick energy about this stuff. But Jen Pepperman comes into AEW. I'm actually going to bring up something Syllable said. Tony built a small women's creative power team with Sarah Stock, Jen Pepperman, and Madison Rain all in the back, and Dustin's been great with the women as well. And I'm going to add one more name to the pile that you got to think about, and that's Will Washington. Will has been someone who, prior to his AEW, to his move to AEW, was very often touting women's wrestling and the women in AEW who deserved a lot more. So I'm going to add Will to that. And I would not be surprised to hear that he's a little more hands-on with the women's divisions, output lately as well. And of course the talent is the talent. So it's really good. I'm happy to see that it's taken some time. We're starting to see the AEW women's division grow and hopefully flourish a little bit further. And this is a good hire. This is a great hire. I'll tell you my only concern. I hope I'm wrong.
As an AEW hater, please.
As an AEW hater, yeah, because I always gotta, I gotta go back to my roots, of course. Yeah. And I hope that Jen isn't just in the room for Mercedes. And I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but Brian Gewirtz writes for The Rock exclusively now. I'm hoping that Brian Gewirtz is writing also for the general, WrestleMania storyline between Cody, Roman, Rock, and Seth, and that all four voices are included. With Jen, if she's going to be writing beyond just Mercedes, and the role she has basically says that she should be and would be, my hope is that this is a voice that brings that gets used in the entire women's division, or even just the entire wrestling division. I don't care, gender non-specific. She's a good writer. She's a good creator. I want to hope that whatever she does is full AEW and not just singular focus on one person. To start, very well could be, and that's fine. You go with the person and the person you understand, but then as you get to know the characters and work with them more, you kind of branch out from there. So that's kind of where my brain was at first. It's like, this is great. I hope that it expands to the full roster and has a lot of potential.
I think she will be helpful to others beyond Mercedes. My not like this is bad type of thing. I'm very curious and interested as to how this it works with a writer like this, because AEW, they got producers, they got creative teams, they got like agents and everything, right? But for the most part, when it comes to promos, they're kind of left to their own devices, and some people like that, some people don't like that. They want a little bit more structure. Like, they don't have 50 writers like WWE does. This is the kind of first step. I'm not saying they're going to hire 50 writers, don't get me wrong, but this is the first like step into getting a literal daytime Emmy winning writer on the team. And what does that mean for just the creative look in AEW in that way? Like going to somebody and writing promos for them or giving them some type of creative direction. I still assume everything just stops with Tony. And if Tony doesn't like it, he's gonna kibosh it or he's gonna do what he thinks is right there. But
So I have the press release. I'm not going to read every single line, but just to give you an idea, they say Pepperman will work alongside CEO and head of creative Tony Khan in the development of content for Dynamite Live on TBS, Rampage on TNT, and AEW Collision on TNT. And then the quote from Tony Khan is, adding Jennifer Pepperman's brilliant mind to the AEW team opens the door for exciting new ideas and will help us build upon the incredible stories currently developing on the road to AEW Revolution across our 3 weekly shows. And the effects of Jennifer's arrival in AEW will be felt for many years in the future. We're thrilled to welcome her today, and I look forward to her creativity and collaboration with our team across the board in what will be AEW's biggest year yet and beyond. So again, it sounds like the hope is she works directly with Tony. She hopefully does tighten a few things up that maybe goes by the wayside when you're someone like Tony Khan, who is wearing multiple hats at the same time in AEW. While the buck may stop with him, at least there's someone in the room now who could be that why figure that we talk about. And if she becomes that figure, we might see a lot more cohesive storytelling in the cards for AEW Dynamite and Collision and Rampage, just AEW programming in general. And some of it we did see on Dynamite, and we're going to talk about Dynamite, some hits and some misses. And I think, honestly, the more time I've spent rewatching pieces of Dynamite, the more I've enjoyed it, because watching it live, I was kind of like, not sure. But I've come to actually enjoy this past week's episode of Dynamite. We'll talk about it in a minute. But this is a good hire. This is a positive move forward for AEW.
I think we talked about having the why in the room. And I don't know if that's going to be her, but I've always said they needed somebody or a couple people who would do that. I don't think it's a bad thing that they're adding more people to the creative team. I think if you have more voices, that can be good. The problem is when you have too many voices. And I think that's something WWE struggled with over the years, is like they had too many voices and then none of it mattered anyway because everything just got tore up based on the whims of Vince. I don't think Tony is certainly, it doesn't seem like he's doing it anything to that extent. I think Tony wants to tell good stories. I think some stuff just gets lost. Some stuff obviously just happens that changes it. But I think just having more of those just voices in there to help with a large roster is a good thing. So I think Pepperman is going to be a good hire. Again, I'm just curious from it of like everybody else has been, not to saying Pepperman's like not a wrestling mind. She's been in WWE, but like she comes from the soap opera background. Like, Will Washington, wrestling just like encyclopedia out here. Brian Danielson, wrestler. Like Dean Malenko, all the agents and producers and stuff, they're for the most part a lot of former wrestlers and everything. Like the people on that creative side of thing. When QT Marshall was there, like again, Tony Schiavone, these people all in wrestling, lifelong wrestling. Pepperman in wrestling for a little while, but comes from the soap opera background, the WWE background as well, where they did things a certain way. I'm just curious as to what this all looks like and what it means moving forward. Do they start to go with more sort of like overall writers? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Tony really wants to run it like that. But this is a step in that way. Not a giant step. It's one person, but it's still a step.
Yeah, we have to be cognizant of the fact that adding someone to your roster doesn't, especially backstage, make the biggest difference in the world. Remember, excuse me, when Mike Mansouri was hired, everyone was expecting like, oh, we're going to see huge changes across the board in production immediately. And no, they've been incremental and they've changed the look of AEW, but they haven't revolutionized anything as some people were kind of expecting, because sometimes we get into this whole like one person is going to change the entire culture. And that's not what we're expecting or what we need here. But if this is someone extra in the room who's outside of wrestling and can have that, that pushback of experience and that pushback of non-wrestling experience, then that's a positive step. That gets people thinking differently, as long as the culture does kind of shift to accepting that conversation, because sometimes it gets shut right down and you just become miserable. And I hope that that's not the case, but unfortunately that does exist as well.
Mercedes is going to come out for a big promo at Big Business. Talk about, she's the blueprint. She prints money. She's the CEO. She's Mercedes Monet, and she is here to stay. And then Britt Baker is going to come out and be like, fine speech. Next time.
Sorry.
Don't. Next time, have your writer write something better for you. I rewatched John Cena calling out The Rock for having his notes on his wrist. Fucking great. So good. I get why Rock was like mad about it. Don't care. Just amazing. Amazing on so many levels. One that like Rock would do it in the first place, because you wouldn't think The Rock of all people needs like notes on his wrist. And then Cena just like pulling it out, be like, good, you got those notes on your wrist. Like next time, don't write your promo on your wrist. Rock, just the shift from like pacing around the ring to like immediately getting up in Cena's face after that. So good. Oh, bless John Cena.
That was a moment.
I mean,
that was an unexpected moment.
Yeah, he still sucks for his Vince McMahon comments, but bless him for that promo.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. This is kind of the funny thing about the hiring of Jen Pepperman when you bring it into the Mercedes Moné conversation. When in WWE was she known as a good promo?
Oh, I'm not getting the stands mad at me.
Well,
nope.
Maybe we'll call
Mercedes is one of the best promos I've ever heard, Joel. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? But like, come on, man. We put over the ring work. Absolutely. She's a very good wrestler. And I'm saying WWE specifically because this is where the connection is. It's not from her New Japan days, but like, what? She wasn't known as like the promo person in WWE. So I do kind of wonder, like, what are we expecting out of this? That's all.
I think Mercedes was one of the best promos in WWE. Sasha Banks, fantastic promo all the time.
And by the way, people are pointing out, like, was it Mercedes? Was it the writers? Like, you've got multiple people writing for that person. So I get that. I'm just pointing, like, I'm just saying, you know what, crew? I don't care.
She was great. She did not overly rely on cliches and catchphrases to build things. This
is why more people need to be like Wade Keller, who's just offline tremendously so, using Blog Talk Radio to do his post shows. He's like, you know what? If you want to say it, you say it to my face. You say it by calling the phone number and saying it. Good for her. Good for him. Good for everyone. Do it on Blog Talk Radio. That's why I do it on this show. Let him clip me and be weird about it. But again, good hire. Excited for Mercedes. Hopefully the promos are good given the situation.
I'm not saying anything. I think Mercedes is great.
Howard.
I think her promos are great.
Just lock the account and say whatever you want.
I think she's gonna do big business in Boston.
Boston. Sorry.
Tony pops himself so much. He's like, it's gonna be a tremendous show in Boston.
Yeah, he's really throwing it under the bus.
He's like Barry Horowitzing himself in his mind. Just he's giving himself like the giant pat on the back after he says it.
He's called Barry for a 1-in. Here, you want a payday, Barry? Come here. I need you to pat me on the back. I pat myself on the back. Now you pat me on the back. Here's $100,000.
He's gonna. Bless him for when he drops that Boston one. He's so proud of himself. I don't blame him. I would be too.
The Mone minions are going to come and grab my Diet Coke.
Yeah, man. They're going to come after you.
We got a
Yes,
super chat
Mom.
earlier from Kaiju Thunder, who, by the way, said some very nice things on X earlier. We hope you're doing well. We do appreciate your kind words, and we're glad you're here. So, as a huge fan of the Fast and Furious franchise,
Hell yeah.
I would like for pirates to be included in all future sequels and spin-offs.
I would like you to host this show with me instead of Joel Pearl.
Why? No, don't do that.
I mean, Jason Momoa is like almost playing a pirate at this point. Like that man.
Jason Momoa and Evan Stone. Wow, that's one hell of a deal.
Evan Stone, legend. And Jason Momoa, like
turn off your Google machines
in Fast 10, man.
If you're at work, do not Google any of these names. Jason Momoa's fine. Don't Google the other ones. Jesse Jane, don't. She's gone.
Legend.
Legend.
Evan Stone. I got a friend.
No, please no.
Who works in the business. Like,
yeah. The rest.
He would send me care packages. Like after like a breakup or something. Like he's like, I got something for you. And he would just like, I'd get like 10 of these things. I think Pirates might have been one of them.
Oh, that okay. I thought it was gonna send you something else.
Well, I mean, but like,
were there lights?
I had them.
Did anyone ever send you the lights?
What?
Did anyone ever send you the light? The light that was flesh colored?
No.
Okay.
It was largely the media variety.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
I forgot one time, like I left these things in my trunk, and like I don't remember where I took my car. But it's like open up my trunk, and here's like 20 DVDs. Just
it's the idea of actually owning the physical media that just makes it even strange.
Well, this was at a time when physical media like still existed and everything, Now it's not. Like, now knowing it's all online. It was still online then, but like it was a little bit more prevalent to have like a DVD of this stuff.
This is the first show where when we inevitably get Golden Dollar signed, I will say, yes, we deserved it.
Nah, not this one. I played a clip, by the way. I played the Mac and Me clip on Spotlight last night, and I'm pretty sure I got us demonetized for that.
Well, first of all, have you checked the channel since yesterday night?
Yeah, I didn't turn monetization on. So, like...
You didn't.
So, I probably won't get demonetized because I just didn't turn it on.
Well, you didn't.
No, I mean...
It's on. I don't know if it's been capped or not, but
is it? Oh, okay. All right.
It's okay. We'll take a look. I'm sure no one's going to care. It's Mac and Me. No one gives a damn.
Yeah, but it's over 8 seconds. Or 7 seconds, however. I mean, I agree.
Listen, if it's going to make everyone feel better on the internet, let's go check this out right now. I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm also going to open up my child's daycare app.
What are we checking?
We're checking to see if we made it through the night with that with monetization on.
Oh.
Yeah, this is important.
Okay. Should we play the Mac and Me clip on this show?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because we've done enough stuff. I don't see anything here.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm safe.
Yeah, no. It's
all right.
Good. Yeah. I mean, it's been long enough. Look at us.
Tremendous clip.
It is a great show. Well, I was listening to the show. And
that movie's insane. I've never seen that movie. I've just seen that clip a million times. But the wife was telling me about the movie, and like, no, I won't spoil it for people, even though it's like 20 years, 30 years old at this point. Cause like, I don't feel this should be spoiled. I feel like this is a film that you just have to watch. Like you just got to watch it unspoiled and just embrace the insaneness of it.
It's a very good movie. Just go watch it.
Do you think they made
didn't they make a Mac and Me sequel?
I wouldn't talk about
I know where you're going for. I know.
Do you think we could do like? Can we do that? Not like a star. Can we like produce it?
Yeah, I mean, we could do anything if we really put our minds to it.
Guys, let's raise enough money.
Jesus Christ!
To make a Mac and Me. We can't say the word. I'm trying not to use the word so I don't get us demonetized. Norp.
Mac and Me X. Mac and Me X.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's raise enough money for this.
And we will absolutely call it Big Mac and Me.
Big Mac and Me.
And we'll get McDonald's mad. We'll get everyone else angry. Let's go. There we go. Corn is also another option we have. Not the band.
Like Norp. Let's go with Norp.
I'll just call it prawn.
No, because everyone uses that. Norp.
That's fine. Use the one that is commonly used.
Everyone will get it, though. Everyone will get it.
Oh, apparently there was a sequel to Mac and Me, but it was canceled.
Okay, well, send in your super chats so we can make the real sequel to Mac and Me.
Sounds awful. We can get Paul Rudd to make a cameo.
Who's gonna make a cameo? Oh,
Paul Rudd.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if we got him? What if he like introduces it though? Like that's his cameo. Like he starts it.
It's like The Rock in the beginning of
yes, exactly. He starts the film. He's like, well, guys, you know, I'm proud to be here to introduce this clip from my new movie. It's like, everybody, please thank you. Please enjoy Big Mac and Me. And then like the film starts.
The anonymous ITW general manager just messaged me saying, stop this man.
What'd I do?
I don't know if she's saying stop this man or if she's saying stop this man. We need
Mac in Me. Oh, Mac in Me.
Oh, Mac.
Good job, Paul Jar, finishing.
That is it.
Mac in Me.
Who's gonna play me? It's not important. Anyone can do it. Ryan Sullivan.
We should get the girl who just got broken up with by the Hot Ones a host.
Oh no,
we should get her.
She's gonna make bank on that. Oh my goodness. Biff for Big Mac.
Yeah, send in your super chats for Mac and Me.
We'll do it. We make enough money. Listen, tranquilizer darts be damned. We will make this movie.
Nah, this is my new goal of the hour.
I know I can get Tim to be a part of this too. Not as a performer, but I know Tim would do work on it.
I'll write the script for this, and you know, it'll be good. It'll be good.
So bad. Oh god.
Yeah, look at all the Ryans are coming through here. The Ryans are coming through. Money for the Mac Inside Me ITW sequel. Which indie wrestlers are going to be in it?
Oh no! I don't want to ask any wrestlers to be in it. If they want to do cameos, sure. If they want to perform, it's up to them. I'm not going to ask them.
No, we're going to ask them to perform.
Well, you know, Hurricane Rana's.
Oh,
there'll be a wrestling scene because, of course, there has to be. Jimmy's reaction when he gets emotional. Oh God. Get Melissa Stratton on in the weeds. Listen, if we had that poll and Melissa was a wrestling fan of any kind, let's go.
She might be. We don't know. We don't know unless we ask. We don't ask these questions.
We do, and we will. God, you saying give me producer credit?
Everyone
who donates.
Yeah, everybody who donates gets a producer credit.
Oh no, Louis, Drew Mac inside me.
Oh, could you imagine if like we got Drew to do like a cameo?
Oh, is that
like
no? We have to do a segment with Alex McCarthy and our Drew McInsider, and he's gonna have to explain this whole thing on camera.
We get like a sit-down interview as part of this film with McCarthy and Drew McIntyre as he pitches this. And Drew McIntyre is just upsettingly absurd at this. Well, we can work it in there somehow. Yeah, I'll write the script to this. I'll make sure all the little pops are in there to go along with the big pops. I'll make sure it's all in there.
We want everyone. We want all pops to be recognized in this one, big and small.
There will be pops. Roman Reigns, no pops will not be part of this film.
That's right.
There will be pops.
Oh my goodness,
popping everywhere.
God, you saying I'd like this to be a show where we don't talk about Elimination Chamber?
Popping on backs, popping on faces, just popping all over the place.
We're gonna have to get Mason Mansoir back for this.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they'll be all for
100%.
See, this is the thing. They'll be there. They'll be there. What have we done? I broke your internet, so I got that going for me. Jeremy just froze at the best possible time.
The wife threatened to cut my internet, and I feel she did just so.
She did, and then you came back just in time. Oh man, what are we doing with this show? What am I doing with my life?
Movies.
We're making movies.
We're making what? We are making movies, everybody.
Oh my goodness. Can't even make that comment anymore. That's the most frustrating part when you say we're making movies. I can't even do the beyond the mat thing.
Making films, brother.
We're making
That's
cinema
out here.
That's it. Yeah.
Good cinema too. What the budget the Pirates had?
That was $1 million. That's a lot of cinema. That's a lot of money for Pirates. Making pops. That's what it is. You're back.
All right. Did we get more money for our film?
No, not yet. People need to give us more money for our film. Can I pirate this movie? Yes, you can absolutely pirate this movie.
We'll put it on. I don't know what we could. We'll put it on OnlyFans.
We'll put it on HD DVD. Are you familiar? Okay. Are you? This is. I'm going to tie it all together. Pirates came out on HD DVD. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a thing.
So when Blu-ray and HD DVD were battling for media supremacy, this was a this was a time when the way that the media would dominate, or like the version of media, the Blu-ray versus HD DVD, the winner was going to be dictated by one thing, and it's exactly the thing you and I are making allusions to right now, because that physical media was the one that was still being purchased the most. So they made a huge deal to bring Pirates to HD DVD, not to Blu-ray, and HD DVD still failed, but this was like their big chance. But Blu-ray still won out. So whatever we do, we got to actually put it on Blu-ray.
And they both lost in the end, honestly.
I mean, everyone lost to streaming and the internet. I get that. But at the time, it was, and that's the thing, like the adult world runs the content world, because piracy is huge in that world. Ginormous. Whatever you think HD DVD was Betamax. That's what it was. And VHS won out.
All right. Well, help us get into this world by donating money.
Listen, we already talk about pro wrestling, and that's a pretty seedy underbelly bullshit business as it is. Why not make the pivot to this next one?
Mac and me, everybody. This is what we want to make.
Mac and me. Oh my goodness. No, Rare Beast. You're just gonna have to go backwards to fully understand the grasp of the conversation.
We haven't cast it yet. All right. Well, let's raise the money first.
Yeah, the money's gonna dictate the casting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the difference between a Sean Ross Sapp and a Lexington Steele.
I don't think you really know a lot of actors here, Joel.
I have friends too, Jeremy. Some have been on this show who work in that world.
True. That's true.
They get it. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like they can help us.
They probably could.
Yeah, I feel like they can help make our dreams come true here.
Hey, by the way, next week the plan is to have a bunch of IWS stars on the show.
Not after this conversation.
No, it's true. Although I feel like one of them, like Viviani's probably going to be all for it. But we're looking forward to having a bunch of IWS wrestlers joining us, because they've got a big 25th anniversary show. They've got a lot of really cool stuff coming up. So we're going to talk to them about that. Yeah, looking forward to those conversations as well. They're all in Montreal, which is great.
Just got a message that just says, "Is this your dream?"
It depends. Will you support it to the end?
What if it was? What if I just was like, you know what? This is my new dream. I want to make this film. Would you be supportive? I'm asking on air. Would you be supportive of this?
Do you think Paul Rudd?
Or do I need to use this money to find a lawyer?
Are we doing? Oh, listen, if we do a GoFundMe for this movie, maybe we'll ask Paul Rudd to kick in a couple $1,000s. We're gonna do big budget.
Paul Rudd would probably be all for
He
this.
probably would.
He'd probably be all for this.
I do. Making money is the dream. Thank you very much. That's what we're here for. We gotta hit those $1 million budgets somehow, baby. Who needs to talk about wrestling? This is what our world can be. Oh, so and someone, as I talk about IWS, I start getting messages from people in IWS.
What are they doing watching this show?
I don't know. They should stop.
I hope not. I hope they're not really watching this show.
No, it was times.
I believe this to be true, by the way. We just don't tell. We just don't tell Paul Rudd like what it is. We just tell Paul Rudd, Paul, we're gonna make Mac and Me. We just say it like that, like Mac and Me. Yeah, we're gonna make Mac and Me. We're gonna do a remake of it. Will you support this, Paul? And like he just throws his money behind it, and then once he actually sees it, he's probably very angry at us. But like if we have it made, I feel like we can get away with doing this.
I feel like he's the type of guy who might ask for a treatment and a script.
I don't know. Paul Rudd's got good plan. What's Paul Rudd care?
He's got that Ant-Man money.
Yeah. What's he care? Like, Paul Rudd's a Mac at me. Sure. I don't need to see anything else. You sold me. I'm good. Let's go.
We'll bring it to Conan. We'll put it on.
I feel like he would support this.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Let me tweet Paul Rudd.
Oh no,
dear Paul Rudd. He's on Twitter, right?
I assume he is. It'd be kind of bad if he wasn't.
I mean,
it's kind of good if he wasn't.
I don't know if he is. I don't know if he actually is. I don't.
Oh, come on, he's on Twitter.
I mean, if he is, like, it's not showing up.
Come on.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he is. You know who would support this? It's like the Always Sunny people.
Oh, yes, they would. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's got money. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, sure. Go make this film. Somebody get me in contact with Paul Rudd.
There's a fan source.
Yeah, that's all I can find.
What is this? _ Paul Rudd. This is not him.
Nah, he's not there. He's not there. It's not on there.
That's very upsetting. What about his Instagram? He very much has to have Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Mac is Mac. Oh, that'd be good.
Mac is Mac. Paul Rudd _ is his Threads and Instagram.
He's on Threads?
Well, I mean, if you're on Instagram, you're probably on Threads. Is he posting on Threads? Let's see. It's Friday, 33 weeks ago. Or shall I say Friday? Yeah, no, he's going to bankroll us. No problem.
Paul Rudd doesn't care. He's not worried about what's going on with this film. Just like, yeah, sure.
I feel
what you guys want to do.
I feel so bad for anyone who just walks into this show right now.
Oh, don't do that.
In an hour and a half. Just go back. Honestly, it starts from the beginning. Go on 2x speed and just catch up, because that's all you can do.
And Me. I would like to remake Mac and Me. Please help.
Nothing bad will come of this experience, I promise. Good Lord.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. We had a really good interview with Fuego this morning, so that's nice. Makes the show a lot better when the interviews are good.
Fuego showing up early just threw everything off.
It did, but it was good stuff. Oh my God. If this was a Main Channel Monday episode, we would have been kicked off Main Channel Mondays. Main Channel Monday would have been canceled if we had a full-on 2-hour conversation about this. I guess we could talk about Nemeth specifically winning a New Japan title.
Wow.
What? No one else won any titles in New Japan's beginning.
Show? We're just going to ignore Show winning a title by count-out?
Was it the Kings of Pro Wrestling provisional title?
No, it was the IWGP Junior title.
Oh, did he actually? Yeah, spoiler alert. Wrestlers won titles overnight.
by count out.
That's fantastic.
House of Torture nonsense.
Oh, that's my favorite. Oh,
and then they had Shota lose to Evil because the one guy that's got to be protected in this company is Evil. So stupid.
Well, he's everybody's favorite wrestler, right? He won the title that one time.
No one likes
during pandemic. People are giving a shit about doing this spoiler stuff. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Evil versus Finley in the New Japan Cup final. Let's go.
Nah, that sounds terrible. Don't
You're
do
right.
that.
It's going to be Evil versus Matthew J. Riddle.
The Nick Nemeth match was pretty good.
Yeah, I need more people to stop saying, he's here to show the world, and more people to be like, it should have been Nick.
Why? No.
Because I think here to show the world is a stupid thing to keep running back to.
I mean, sure, but he's the most wanted. He's the most wanted. He calls his finish the danger zone.
This is the knick-knack. It's the knick-knack. Stop it.
Danger zone.
Oh, when Tom Hannafin yelled that for the first time, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Knick-knack is right there. And I'm sure
he should call this. So he hits like a super kick and then he does the danger zone. He should call the super kick the highway.
Oh, that's awful. Just like the danger zone.
No. And then like you put it all together. It's like highway to the danger zone.
Yeah.
And then he wins.
I want to hear the Japanese announcers try to do that one.
Yeah.
Oh, the knick-knack.
That'd be great.
That's awful. I don't want to ever hear that again.
He calls it the danger zone. He started it.
I mean, listen, do you think he's going to bring that title over to TNA now and face Macklin for it? Now it's going to be a match for the IWGP Global Force United States Heavyweight Championship.
He said he was going to defend it everywhere. He thinks he's going to hold this title for 20 years.
Wow. Good for him.
That title has been around for a month and a half.
20 days.
The person who won it lost it in their first title defense. New Japan just be changing out titles like it's diapers or something, man. Like they do not care. I always love when I got to do like a New Japan title change article. I always put like the information of this person held it for so many days and defended it this many times. These New Japan titles, it's always like this person held it for like 22 days, 0 title defenses. This person held it for like 59 days, 1 title defense. That's every New Japan title reign. All of them. Or it's a year. That's it. There's no in between. It's a year plus, or it's less than 2 months with 1 or 0 title defenses. That's it.
Give me a 6-month title reign that doesn't suck. Simple, easy, and done.
Zack Sabre Jr.'s New Japan World title reign was good. That was a year. That was a good title reign. They lost to Tanahashi. Tanahashi had 1 title defense, and then he lost it.
So there you go. I'm looking up. I want to see the New Japan titles and just look at.
There's like a million of them.
Well, no, I mean specifically like the last few length of reigns. So let's bring up. We got the strong openweight championship around Eddie Kingston for the last 233 days.
Yeah, how many title defenses he got?
Anyway, let's keep going. Let's take a look at the. I don't know. When was the last time like the heavyweight championship?
Well, Naito won that.
Yeah, no, he's been 50 days, but I'm looking at like a few
title
months.
defenses. His first one's to tomorrow / tonight.
Jay White for 206 days.
The heavyweight title, the world title, like they typically do longer reigns with. I'm talking about everything underneath it. Yeah, everything underneath that title, it's like 60 or less, or a year plus.
Right. Yeah, I'm just like never open weight championship. Let's go.
Oh, that thing's been.
I think it's bounced around real much. Oh, look at that. Shingo Takagi was the last one with 210 days.
How many title defenses? Like 3.
Let's take a look. This was going through COVID. Like this was 2020 February till
still 3 title defenses. How many title defenses?
Hold on, we're bringing this up. 5. 5, and that includes the one he won and the one he lost.
That's a title defense then. So I was right. 3.
1, 2, 3, 4. Because the fourth one is when he lost.
That's not a title defense, Joel.
It is a title defense. He
lost it.
Yeah, he defended it, but he lost it. It still counts as a defense. It's just a title loss.
All right. Well, I was talking successful defenses.
Okay, successful. So that's different. Yes,
so I was correct. 3 successful.
Yes, once you add all of those extra goalposts.
That's not an extra goalpost. I'm talking successful title defenses.
Yes, once you further clarify that you are looking for.
Yeah, it's clarifications, not goalposts.
Okay, that's fair. I will allow it. Minoru Suzuki in 2017 for 252 days, and he had
3,
4, 5, 4 plus
4
the
successful.
One
okay, all right.
Yeah, the one they lost to Hiroki Goto, and Goto then held it for 156 days. I'm looking for a long reign, but there are none. Masato Tanaka is the first one and the longest at 314
with 4 successful title defenses.
5. No, 4. It's 4, and then he lost it.
See? You can set a clock to these title defense bookings.
Remember when everyone thought that this was the best company in the entire universe?
Nah, it
is. I'm just messing with it.
Their main event stuff is good. The main event stuff is good, but the underneath stuff, it hasn't mattered for a very long time. It's just like, cool. Let's do title. Let's just pass all these titles around like it's a blunt rotation.
How about tag titles?
Oh, absolutely not. We're not doing tag title.
Well, those have been messed around, but
no. I don't even know who the champions are now.
I'll tell you who they are.
It's War Dogs. Is it War Dogs?
It's Chase and Kenta, remember?
Oh, shit.
That was the best. But yeah, right now, but the longest of recent time was Gorillas of Destiny, wasn't it? Okay, so a few reigns ago, they had it for 315 days. That was 2019 into the beginning of 2020 when they dropped it at Tokyo Dome. And
two successful title defenses.
No. One in ROH. So the first one, they wanted it on a Rising, and they beat Evil and Sonata, who were the champions. And then they defended it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times successfully.
Wow.
And then the 8th time was Wrestle Kingdom 14, where they lost to Finn Juice.
Oh, we're going way back to 5 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, we're going 5 years ago.
Oh, geez. Well, sure.
I
I legitimately forgot Chase Owens and Kenta were the champions.
Yeah, that really got people talking. It was fantastic.
I did not remember at all. I think I did that article.
You probably did. For someone who loves chaos as much as you do, I thought you would be all over that.
But see, it's not like
it's not the right chaos.
No. It's not that it's not the right chaos. It's that it's chaos that doesn't matter. Like I do love the chaos.
I get it. Okay.
But like when it happens so frequently, and when it's such like, the tag team titles, like who could possibly care when they just get passed around again? Like it's a blunt rotation. Like it doesn't really matter. Like, so sure, Chase Owens and Kenta have the titles. They'll do nothing with them. They'll defend them maybe one time, and then they will lose them to probably Bullet Club War Dogs or United Empire. That's it. And then we'll just continue to go with this same thing. They don't do anything with these belts. TJP's got to create a whole new damn character to try to make these belts mean something. And then they lose them and like their second title defense. Like who could possibly care? Like, I'm glad you rose from the dead and you are the awesome Wog Kong, whatever the hell he called himself.
Wog, isn't it? But it's a thing that means something for him.
I don't know.
Filipino traditional monster.
Look, I believe you. When he did that shit at Wrestle Kingdom, I was like, it is too early for your nonsense, TJP. Okay? And don't come off the top rope playing tribute to Kobe in this get up either. Too early for that.
That is fair. That is
and fair. Then like it didn't matter. Then he's just TJP again. Like, all right, sure. Glad you won the tag team titles for 2 days doing all this nonsense. Hope it was worth it.
I'm just looking up like other title defenses. Now I'm in the junior heavyweights.
Hiromu had that title for like a year before he lost it to Despy.
Yeah, so he had it for a year straight.
Yeah.
How many title defenses?
Oh, Hiromu? Yeah. 6,
Seven.
6, 7.
And then he lost on the 8th.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he defended it because that was a good title run. Like Hiromu has like good title runs. Everyone loves Hiromu. But then you do bullshit like they did here of like he lost it to Desperado. Desperado finally defeated like Hiromu at the Wrestle Kingdoms. Like all this rules. Desperado won title defense, I think, lost it by count out.
Wild.
To show because you got to do friggin' House of Torture bullshit. Like cool. Great title victory there at Wrestle Kingdom.
Well, yeah, you were building to moments. They took their WrestleMania lumps on that.
But they do this every Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle
Yeah.
Kingdom, if there's a title match, the title's changing hands.
Listen, we call it
every
casual,
single title's changing hands.
Yeah, well, we call it Casual Mania when it's WrestleMania, so we can start calling it Casual Kingdom in January.
Just
God.
nonsense with these titles. They got to get rid of all of them. Just scrap all these titles.
You want a good one? Prince Devitt, 419 days.
Oh, I hope he defended it like twice. That rule.
Four successful title defenses.
One defense for every 100 days. I respect it.
That's fantastic.
I respect that.
What? Oh, he didn't defend it for like a full calendar year in 2013. Well, okay, so he goes Kazuna Road in 2013. He beats Gato, of course. And then he goes to 2014 and it's Wrestle Kingdom and Kota Ibushi beats him. What happened in that month? Did he get signed? When did he get signed to WWE? That was 2016, wasn't it?
My memory ain't that good. Sorry.
I don't know when it was, but he does. Yeah. Someone in the chat will remind me, but it's very funny.
My memory's not that good on it.
Anyway.
Apologies.
There are other year-long reigns for Prince Devitt in here too, where he defended more. Like there's a 2010, 2011 where he had it for 7 defenses.
Anyway, there's new champions in New Japan. Everybody get excited until they just all lose the titles in a month.
Pretty much. Watch this be the one where everyone holds on for like years.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Show's going to have the title for too long. Nemeth might actually have it for a little bit. This is the thing though. Like Nemeth, like it's not like a bad champion or anything, but you made this big deal out of the new title, Finlay smashing the old titles, beat Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley in a triple threat match. First title defense, loses. It's like, all right, cool. Good job, David Finlay.
That's what's weird about it because, yeah, it was Finlay wins and everyone just expected this was going to be the launching point for David Finlay again. And clearly that's not it, or it's going to be Finlay and Naito after New Japan Cup.
Finlay couldn't politic his way into just like getting a win against Ryan before he could beat Nick.
God
bless. You gotta give me a victory over Ryan, guys. Come on. Let me beat this dude, and then I'll drop the belt. You gotta give me something here.
Let me work Collision with the belt. Just like, Rocky, help me out. And Rocky's just like, donde está la baños? CMLL, gotta go.
And then Tanahashi, he ends the year-long reign of Zack Sabre, which was like, Sabre had that belt for a year. Tanahashi, I don't know if like he really needed it, but sure. No. President Tana just popping himself by putting the belt on him. I respect it.
He's the president of television.
Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah.
And then he just loses it to Riddle. That belt was supposed to be for like young up-and-comers, like, and then the champions have been Zack Sabre Jr., who's great. Don't get me wrong. He's great, but like pretty well-established guy. Hiroshi Tanahashi, the friggin' ace of the universe, and then Riddle. None of these guys are young up-and-comers.
Nope.
That was the original detail for the belt. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure you're right. And on top of that, I just find it interesting because it was built up as like not a strong title, but a title to be defended primarily on Strong programming. And then, of course, Strong hasn't really come back in any way, shape, or form other than like, hey, we're coming to the States for this show. And that's about it. There's no Strong TV or anything like that anymore. I kind of wish there were. The American expansion was so interesting for the time that it ran. I wish that they would get back to it, but it doesn't feel like they're planning at all to come back.
The rules would include a 15-minute time limit with a coin toss deciding the winner of a match in case of a draw, which is hilarious, while also encouraging a rapid in-ring style similar to New Japan's sister promotion, Stardom High Speed Championship.
Yeah, that's exactly what Tanahashi's about. High speed at 50.
Even Zack Sabre Jr., like, bless him.
True.
But, like, dude's working holds. He ain't, you know.
Became a damn Tucker's championship. What are we doing?
And so, the case of a draw, while encouraging a rapid in-ring style similar to New Japan's sister promotion, Stardom's High Speed Championship, towards a youth-focused matches for the younger and up-and-coming talent. Your youngest champion, I'm pretty sure, is Matt Riddle, and he's 38. Is Zack Sabre?
CSJ is younger than that.
Okay. All right, he's 36.
Oh yeah, okay. He's my age.
Yeah. This is your youngest champion.
Good for
36.
Them. Good for them. What
up and comers, they said.
Kanemaru should have won. It should have been a Young Lions title. Not even a young. No, it shouldn't be a Young Lions title because I don't think the Young Lions should ever be in title contention, and that's just outside
like
of it. But it should be like a returning from excursion wrestler's title.
It shouldn't exist.
Well, yes, but we can't do anything about that.
It shouldn't exist.
It's here. It's here. It's clear. It's going to exist.
It shouldn't exist.
Woof.
But, what can you do?
Not much.
That's the New Japan show, everybody. There's another New Japan show. There's another New Japan show tonight. Not Tanahashi, sorry. Tetsuya Naito against Sonata in the main event. I don't think Naito's going to lose, but also Gedo likes to fuck with Naito. So...
Could you imagine? And just so Naito gets in the back and Geto's just like, ha ha.
Naito said, like, hey, I'll defend this title against Moxley if I win at Windy City Riot. And people are like, oh, Moxley might win that.
Sold out the venue on some of that.
If they have Moxley win that title, just hilarious. Just hilarious optics for the AEW New Japan relationship. Hilarious optics.
Hold on. When is Windy City Riot? It's at the end of April?
Like April 12th. I think it's the week after May.
Mid-April. Okay.
Yeah.
And then June is Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
There's a world where Moxley winning the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and carrying it into Forbidden Door to drop it to whoever is a thing. Kato.
Drop it to Okada.
To drop it to Okada.
Yeah.
But there is a world where they have Mox the outsider who's also very clearly involved with New Japan Pro Wrestling, coming in as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and dropping that title on behalf of AEW to a Japanese star. I don't know who. If it's Okada, I will laugh so hard because it's just transition for no reason. But yeah,
hilarious optics if Mox actually wins this title. This is why Sonata might just win. Like, shit, we can't put this belt on an AEW guy. Let's just put it back on Sonata.
Well, Sonata, if nothing else, had just the best IWGP title reign ever, right? Everyone loved it. No notes.
I thought it was like fine.
It was serviceable.
But yeah, like, I don't know what people expected from a Sonata title reign. They went. It was too late for him to have it. They should have crowned him a few years ago, and they didn't. And then they did. And it's like, we didn't really want it now. I didn't want it, but whatever.
How about that Bread Club, huh?
Put the belt on Kojima. Who cares?
Right. Well, they already did that in MLW.
I respected MLW with that. Kaden saying it was a bad reign. It was fine. Like, Evil was a bad reign. Okay,
that was a bad reign.
Look, that's my bar. If you clear Evil, you're fine. You're fine. It's not his fault that his feud biggest feud was House of Torture. It's not his fault. Don't blame Sonata. I like Sonata. I'm on Team Sonata. It's not his fault that he got booked poorly and that Gedo is still just this House of Torture stuff's got to go, man.
Yeah, it's got to go straight to the top. Let's go. Woo!
You know what? I'm actually like, I should just lean into the House of Torture stuff. You know what?
I did for a long time. It drove Kate wildly nuts, and I was so for it.
All these dorks should figure out that House of Torture is going to interfere and get themselves a shield like Cody.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
Yeah, everyone.
So you know what? I'm glad Show won the title by countout.
I'm glad you've come to this conclusion.
Put the belt back on Evil. I'm glad Evil defeated Shota Umino. He should defeat Moxley next.
Ryan Lambert sends a super chat. Says Roman is the bad Reign. I disagree.
Nah, Roman, you gotta acknowledge your tribal chief.
The goat. He's the goat Reign.
Roman rules. I won't hear anything else.
Sonata, by the way, Sonata versus Jake something for Impact was fantastic. That was a match that like no one knew what to expect, and it ended up being a lot of fun. So go check that out. That was at Emergence back in August. It was, you know why nobody watched it? Because it was the same day as AEW All In. It was that night. All In was that afternoon, and Emergence was that night.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. Remember when Sonata wrestled
the fights backstage? So that also happened.
Remember when Sonata wrestled? He wrestled Jack Perry at Forbidden Door.
Yeah,
and no one cared because then Jack Perry just turned.
Like, I was there
after.
I watched it live, and I turned to Kate and I said, "Turn," and we were like, "Yeah, of course." And the next thing you know, Jack Perry lays out Hook, and we're off to the races. Jack Perry versus Hook for the IWGP FTW Championship.
What's all Jungle Jack been up to? He ain't done much of anything.
Well, he's a scapegoat, so he's just escaping the latest goat that he's caused for himself.
I love that he won't show up to like these Japan shows. He showed up at one New Japan in America show. And it's like, all right, well, now he's booked for Windy City Riot. And then, but that's not for another like 2 months. Like, what is he doing? Hanging out. Not going to address this at all.
He's just hanging out at local LA establishments with his beautiful partner. Let's go for that.
He just rips up his AEW contract, and everybody's like, oh, all right. Sure.
Everyone's like, oh, you got that.
Seems enforceable to me.
You got that Luke Perry money. I understand it. You just walk away and go live the Hollywood life, Jack.
Tony Khan does not care at all that Jack Perry showed up on this show and ripped up the contract. He's just like, anyway, big business. Tune in March 13th.
It's like, meanwhile, I'm gonna go to UK. I'm gonna go watch Revolution Pro. Thank you, Renee. I'm gonna go to Rev Pro and I'm gonna watch my newest acquisition, Will Ospreay, have a banger match and go absolutely apeshit over it. But yeah, Jack Perry, you go do whatever you want. That's cool. Don't worry about it.
That's where Jack Perry screwed up. He showed up at that New Japan show that Tony was tweeting about, but he couldn't tweet about that. But he wasn't at. He should have showed up at that Rev Pro show.
That's right.
And then Tony couldn't ignore him.
Maybe Jack should just show up at work sometime.
No, he ripped up his contract.
Oh, that's right. He's
building, I guess.
Do you want to, because we have a few minutes left, the Ric Flair segment. Do you want to talk about that real quick from Dynamite?
No.
His ears or whatever I want to talk about. See those ears?
No.
Those are old man ears beyond old man ears. I don't know what happened there. Just look at that side shot and you'll be like, what's wrong with your ears? Man doesn't hear, and now I understand. Anyway. So we're just building.
I'm glad you got that off your chest, Joel.
Yeah, no, that's really all I wanted to talk about was I mean, it feels like they'll do a double turn. They'll do the double agent. We'll see who did it better, Ric Flair or The Rock. And that'll be that. And then Sting. But if Sting and Darby retain the titles at Revolution, what do we do from there?
They're not going to retain. The Bucks are going to win. Are
they? How are they going to do it? Is Ric Flair not going to play into the finish? He's just going to do the double turn and then get beat the F up?
Why are they going to do a turn?
Because the whole thing is everyone's expecting Flair to turn on Sting, so they're giving it to you now so that they can go and be like Flair turns on the Bucks.
I don't think the Bucks are stupid. They're just going to super kick them in the dust, and then they'll move on with their lives.
Well, I mean, they have 1 week to do that, so they have to do that on Wednesday.
They could do it at the pay-per-view.
It's a little too late for that, I think.
They got 2 weeks, by the way.
Do they? I thought there's only 1 week of TV.
Nah, it's 2.
No, it's not. It's next Wednesday. And then it's the pay-per-view on Sunday.
Is it?
Yes. Yes, the 28th is next Wednesday, and then it's the 3rd.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I'm not crazy.
Well, they got Collision. Why can't they do it in a Collision?
Bucks ain't working Collision.
They're the EVPs.
See, I was right. When Jeff Valley Driver says I'm right about something in AEW, you know that I'm right.
I didn't realize that this show is next weekend.
And I am curious as to what these changes were that Tony had mentioned on Twitter, where he was just like, we made a bunch of changes because of injuries and people not available for the show. I wonder how much different the show looked as a result. I'm sure this is something that we're looking into over on the Select side of things, but it's very interesting. Yeah, you got to drive in a week there to get to
change it. The change was like Orange Cassidy can wrestle. Put him here.
And Jake, you live nearby. Come on in for a shot. And it's like, yes, boss, let's go.
And he's on media. Shout out Jake Hager's on media,
which is great. He's local. He should be like that.
In the babyface now, I guess.
Well, he's home. Listen, in the moment, it makes perfect sense because you're in Tulsa, you're in Oklahoma, you are in Jake Hager's, home backyard. Why you didn't at least give him a week run up is a little strange to me. But again, these are the baby steps that I can appreciate, is that when you have a local talent, you put them out there, you get the pop, you get people talking, but now we have to kind of work on how we reintegrate them or put them in traffic, whatever it is. If he's just coming in to save Orange Cassidy and then have a match with Roderick Strong, as Strong and Cassidy are going to a pay-per-view, it's like, okay, are we just having a veer off, or what are we doing? That's all. But it's Jake Hager. So it's kind of like, it's like when Lance Archer shows up. You know what? I'm just talking myself into it. Hager's going to be in Meat Madness, and so is Lance Archer. Like, these are people that will be in that match.
I mean, look, that's fine if that's what they're going to do. I don't know what this Meat Madness thing is. I know people are very excited about it. Like, good, I get it. It's a fun pop. It's Meat Madness, March Madness, but people were like going crazy of like, oh, Wardlow and Hobbs, this is gonna be great, Meat Madness. I'm not insane. They feuded for this TNT title, and it kind of sucked, right?
Fuck. Yes, no one cared.
Like, I don't remember that feud like lighting the world on fire. And in fairness, like, Wardlow had super cooled off by then. He reheated himself on Wednesday. Hobbs, they did the.
Maybe? Oh, I guess so. We'll talk about that in a second.
People like the promo. They did the thing with QT. Yeah, it got involved. Like, I don't think anybody really cared about that. Well, Weiss almost says we cared till QT got involved. But like the matches themselves, I think they did like a no DQ match or something. I feel like that might have been okay, maybe.
Sure.
I don't know. Like, no one cared about that stuff.
No, they cared more about, again, the meat stuff started it all out when it was Hobbs and Miro, wasn't it?
Yeah, remember he won at World's End. He's really riding that momentum high.
Well, anyway, the point is the meat thing started there, and now people are like, well, where's Miro? And that's kind of a big question. Is this a vehicle to reintroduce Miro for a month and then be off for another 8 months? Like, I'm curious as to who's in the match.
So people keep saying like it was good until QT showed up. QT didn't show up for a little bit. Like, I just they had 2 matches.
I think what people were really annoyed by was just how it kind of ended with or how it started with QT, right? They did the table spots. I remember that, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah,
Wardlow had just won the title, right?
Well, Samoa Joe won the title, and then Wardlow won the title, and then
Hobbs took the title.
Yeah,
like 3 days later on Dynamite.
Yeah.
So that was kind of what there was, the hot potatoing at a time when it didn't need to happen, that I think people were getting annoyed about. And QT was at the middle of that because it was getting QT with Powerhouse Hobbs at the time, which was a partnership that made 0 sense. And then they didn't really explain it very well. And then they explained it even more poorly at the end of it.
Yeah, I get people were mad about the QT stuff. And like on some hand, they tried to make it make sense, but then like people just didn't care about QT. I don't know, but that was at a time where that title was dead cold because Wardlow's reign was what it was, and then they hot potatoed it with Joe, and then Wardlow, and then Hobbs, and then Wardlow, and like no one really seemed to care. Like outside of the Joe Darby stuff, which was good, people were just like, sure, this is a thing. I wanted to make sure I wasn't fully crazy of like, wait, you guys are like super excited for Wardlow and Hobbs. Like, it's cool. I think it'll be good. I guess more people will be in this, but it's not like it was less than a year ago. Like, it's not like this is like fresh stuff on television here, Wardlow and Hobbs.
I think people are just more excited at the idea that there will be multiple bigger men in this match. And that's good enough.
Yeah.
I think it's less about who's in it now. I think it's more about the potential. And that's kind of a thing that we talk about a lot when it comes to like when AEW puts together a match and doesn't have all of the participants announced, we get excited for the possibilities. And we sometimes have to, set our expectations and temper our expectations. But this is a match where it's like, it just sounds like it's going to be fun. And whether someone gets something out of it, that's another thing I'd like to know. This is Wardlow's match to win, though. You talk about giving Wardlow statement victories, because otherwise him coming out and being like, I was booked poorly, give me a shot, doesn't look good if he doesn't win this match by beating a bunch of larger guys in a dominant fashion. Maybe it gets harder as he goes through it, but like, this should be a Wardlow match to win, right? This has to be, to get him built up for something.
I would like to see this be a hard meat slapping match.
Okay. I know I get what you're saying. I thought you would elaborate more.
I didn't know I need to elaborate.
Well, we talked about pirates for an hour. We should probably give them a little bit more of meat slaps.
You mentioned that it should be hard for Wardlow. I agree. It should be a hard meat slapping match.
You're right. Will they be watching
multiple people involved just slapping meat?
Just be careful when you slap your meat. If you slap it too hard, it's going to hurt the next day. So Wardlow thinks he should be booked better. All right, that was good. We did really well at not breaking through that whole exchange. Okay, so this should be. Do you think that this should be like the Wardlow match? Is really what I get to.
Yeah, probably, because I assume they're trying to heat him up here.
Certainly sounds like it, given the promo he cut on Wednesday.
I'm telling you, he should roll Adam Cole down a hill into a lake on Wednesday. Just like, get out of here, dude. Fly, Christopher Reeves.
Oh no. Now we've gone too far. We got a super chat, by the way, earlier from Ryan when we were talking about House of Torture. Jack Perry should be leading it. Oh, could you imagine Jack Perry just wearing House of Torture garb? Oh God. He'll be like, I thought this was Bullet Club. And they'll be like, well, kinda. Yeah, don't worry. That's why we're here. All right. Can I get us back on track for a second before we go?
Sure.
Just on the Dynamite and the Revolution fronts. The reason why my feeling now is towards Sting and Darby retaining is because I'm pretty sure they're the only babyface champions right now.
Well, as fucking false as that.
My point being is that if you have a show where every heel wins every title match that they're in, then Sting and Darby winning, like retaining, that would be a pretty big moment. That would be like the big moment for the end of the show. Oh yeah, Orange Cassidy, but I mean, he's Orange Cassidy. He'll do fine. Hi, Sean.
Hey guys, I made it.
You were up at 9:00 this morning. That shocked me. I assumed you were just getting stuff done.
I don't know how else to say this, but it's a Friday.
You got to get down on Friday.
True.
I don't know. I'm not going to expand on that.
Buddy,
I know.
No. We just spent the entire 2 hours going places where we shouldn't be going. This is just, we're going.
I woke up at 9 because I knew that I was going to be pissed off at today's Observer. And that's the honest truth. I knew that there was going to be some shit in that Observer that upset me. And I saw that Bryan Danielson was best technical wrestler of the year and not me. And that pissed me off.
Fair.
Yeah.
Has Bryan Danielson ever held the wrist on a drop toe hold?
Probably. We learned it from probably the same guy. So I would say so.
I was trying to help you, Sean. Sorry.
I think he's done some Billy Robinson seminars in his day, but
we're gonna get a new chant going. Instead of them chanting SRS, they'll go DTH or DT. Yeah, DTH.
What is this salad?
It's a chicken salad.
Chicken. Okay.
Okay. Making it a chicken. You know what? Sean, have you seen Pirates?
In general, I hate the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Nope, not where we're going. Have you seen Pirates, the movie? 2005.
Pirates, no. Pirates of the Caribbean, no. But Pirates, no. I did watch I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, in which a child said, "Does this mean you have two jobs? Because my dad says you are also a butt pirate," which is a great line.
Jeremy?
My internet cut out. What?
Oh, I thought you went somewhere with that. I thought you were going to try and get him to figure out if he's watched the movie yet. The 2005 banger known as Pirates.
No.
Oh, his internet just keeps going out. This is what's going on. This is all bad.
My internet's not pleased right now.
See, WWE can't take SummerSlam to Cleveland.
Yeah, we won't survive.
It's
For
true.
many reasons.
The internet alone is just going to blow everything
Yeah.
out. Not good.
They're going to be like, we haven't used a wireless connection since LeBron left. What are you talking about?
He literally
They had to fax over the stuff for the Donovan Mitchell trade.
took his talents and the Wi-Fi.
Yes. Yes.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on today in the world?
Today?
Yeah. What are we talking about?
As I put on my little socks and look at Melvin over there.
That's his name,
Melvin
Melvin?
waiting outside the door. Melvin. Yeah, he's over there. Anna Bauer did some interviews that I'm going to be uploading very shortly, assuming they get to me. Going to be working on that. I got a Q&A today. The Fightful Discord doing incredibly well. I'm very, very happy about that. But yeah, I'm very excited.
As
You're
you
gonna get up at 5 a.m. to watch Elimination Chamber?
No,
Fair.
God,
because I have a life.
wow. Shots fired at wrestling fans with no life.
Yeah. Jeez.
No, the way that I looked at it, 3 p.m. was the best course of action for our review show. That way, people in the West Coast, people in the US, people in the UK could watch it, and people who have been convenienced by the show being at the appropriate time in Australia can now be inconvenienced by my start time for this show. But yes, looking forward to it. I think the show will be a lot of fun. But yeah.
As long as the Pirates don't just try to scale the Elimination Chamber and take over the entire show.
I did wonder, like, how did they get that there?
I thought they just strapped it to the top of the jet and just flew it over. That's how you do it. It's like driving the car down the highway.
They got it to Saudi Arabia last year, so
I think the Saudis built it.
oh, maybe.
Have you seen the interior of that experience thing they have? I wish that it wasn't there. I wish it was literally anywhere else in the world because it looks so damn cool.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Anyway,
We all need an elimination chamber in our lives.
Bye.
Bye. Talk right over his exit. That's the best part.
Oh, Sean's gone. My internet cut out and then Sean's gone.
Probably our best episode ever,
I
Jeremy.
don't know what happened. I was going to tell him that Fuego was putting him over and then we were going to talk shit on people.
No, I mean, listen, Sean watches the program. He knows. He clearly knows that we had a great interview with Fuego earlier this morning. It's good. Everything's fine.
Elimination Chamber is happening. That's a thing. That's a real thing that's going on.
What's the main event? Is it Nia and Rhea?
Oh, so I thought so. Stephanie Chase, who I saw on our chat earlier, but she did the prediction show with the GOAT yesterday, and she suggested that Becky winning the chamber closes, and you do the big face-off between Becky and Rhea to close the show. And I like that suggestion. I still think it's probably going to be Rhea against Nia in the main event, and maybe you still do the face-off with Becky coming out. But I do like I do like the suggestion that Becky closes, but not, or Rhea still comes out to close the show with the face-off.
See, I would do it the other way around. Becky wins the chamber to open up the show, and then Becky comes out at the end of Nia and Rhea and they do the face-off.
Yeah, and you can do that. I just wonder if like they almost feel, I don't know about obligated, but like the show is Elimination Chamber. You close with the Elimination Chamber. I know last year they didn't because, I mean, they had Sammy and Roman. No offense to Becky or to Rhea and Nia. That ain't Sammy and Roman.
But that does play into like we're in someone's hometown and it is a hot reaction for a hot star. The story, not so much, but like the reaction is there. They're going to be there for Rhea more than anything. The only other person from Australia who's on the card is Indy Hartwell, which is something you and I talked about a lot.
She's opening.
She's opening. She's on the kickoff. And you know what? I said it from the get-go. I'm like, yeah, Indy will be on the card. She'll just challenge for the tag titles. People are like, no, you're crazy. She's got to be in the Elimination Chamber. It's like, listen, Indy's good. She's a solid. She's good. But I did not think that her in the Elimination Chamber was a good spot for her.
It's going to be great when they just beat her instead. In this
they were going to beat her anyway. So may as well have Candice eat the pin and not lose the tag title. Maybe they win the tag titles. Who knows? But I don't expect it either. But at least if they're the first people out, that's going to be a big pop because she's local. She's homegrown. The Grayson Waller effect will probably be a really interesting segment because Grayson's going to have to deal with a bunch of people cheering for him and then have to heel on the crowd, which he did at the press conference too. But there's a lot of really interesting stuff that'll happen at Chamber. But like the matches themselves are what they are. This isn't like the biggest event ever, but for those who are in Australia watching the show, they're looking forward to it and they'll be excited for it. But in terms of storyline, I think everything's pretty much laid out unless Drew McIntyre doesn't win the men's Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, Drew's probably going to win. I was trying to think of like who just go into business for themselves and win the chamber.
Do you imagine?
Randy's just like, nah, you know what?
Calling an audible trips. Yeah. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
If it turned to a shoot fight, I'd take Lashley. Lashley would win. I'll take him in that if it breaks down in that way. I'm looking forward to the Grayson Waller effect. Waller's good in these segments, but it's going to be a different vibe being in the hometown.
You're going to love it until he brings out Austin Theory.
Oh yeah, then I'm going to be like, this sucks.
Because that's the thing. Like, you have to bring out Austin Theory because we talked about this. You can't have Cody and Seth go 2-on-1 as the baby faces on the heel because that's not what baby faces do. So you got to bring out Austin Theory and either turn it into a match on the show or do a beatdown, and then Monday night on Raw they do the match, or on SmackDown even they do the tag match. And then that's just what you're going to do for the next month leading into WrestleMania as we get closer to Roman and Rock. Oh God, Roman and Rock interacting with Grayson Waller and Austin.
That'd be great.
Theory.
Well, not the second part.
Oh, that's the problem. You got to deal with the fourth.
You don't have, man. They should baby Grayson in this whole thing. Like, bring out Austin Theory, and then Grayson realizes this dude's a giant dork as well, and is like Cody and Seth are ripping on him. Grayson's like, yeah, this dude does suck.
We never win with him. He's the reason we suck. And they jump him out. That's the way to go. I wouldn't do it, but you're stuck with Austin Theory. You're sorry.
Not stuck with them. They booked the shows, Joel.
I know they booked the shows, but you're stuck with them for now.
You're not. Like, you can just leave them be.
He's gonna let Grayson's gonna be hosting everything. He's gonna host Grayson Waller Effect, WrestleMania, him and Kevin Hart in a segment. I think I need that.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it would be a very fun interaction. Anyway, we've interacted enough today. I think I'm ready to get out of here.
Support our new film, Mac and Me. Please send a bunch of money so we can make this film and make dreams come true across universes.
Yes. Give us all your money. SmackDown's taped tonight. TNA No Surrender is tonight. I'm doing a post show with SB3.
Oh yeah, that's tonight.
That is tonight. Elimination Chamber is 5 a.m. on Sunday?
No.
Saturday?
5 a.m. Yeah, Saturday.
That's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, it's like in 12, 17 hours.
Yeah, anyway, so that's a show that's happening, and Collision's going to be live on Saturday night. So
yeah, Danielson against Akiyama. It's going to roll.
That'll be good. Hopefully Eddie Kingston gets added to commentary for that match. I'd like to see that. Do a little interaction.
He should. There's another New Japan show as well for people that like that.
Yeah, Jack Perry's going to join House of Torture, remember?
Oh.
We're all for it. Let's go. That'd go.
Fantastic.
Rob and Maggie are on at 3 p.m. Eastern here on the channel every Friday. They'll be back today, as they are. And we'll be back on Monday. We got a full week ahead. So we'll talk about it then. But until then, I'm Actual Pearl. For Jeremy Lamberts. What do I say usually?
I don't get to plug anything?
You did, I thought. You said give us all your money for the Mac and Me thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to let me
Oh, okay. Plug
more stuff.
Yeah, go ahead. Plug more stuff. Best opening ever.
I think there's a show on Sunday, a new show. I'm not positive. At some point there will be, because Joel and Kate don't fulfill their contractual obligations, so we had to get something on Sunday.
Blame Kate. It's not my fault.
Wow, misogynistic Joel over here.
Yeah, well, women should main event pay-per-views when they work.
That was a good save. You tried. You made sure not to get yourself in trouble on that one.
People know. People are very well aware of my feelings and my work with women on various platforms. Don't even start. Jerk ass. I was really
Me too.
I know what I'm doing, people. All right, finish plugging whatever you're plugging.
Women be clingy, am I right, Joel? Love is Blind reference, everybody. Love is Blind reference. So anyway. I'll probably still get in trouble for it.
That's fine.
Nah, we didn't ask about Scott D'Amore. We won't get that too much in trouble. If you watch the Love is Blind, hit me up on the Twitter. Let's talk some Love is Blind, because I don't care about wrestling. I want to talk about bad reality shows or good reality shows with everybody. But don't follow me on Twitter. I don't want you to actually follow me.
I hear that feeling.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am Actual Pearl, JOELPERL. Ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary. We'll see you on Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern till noon. Enjoy your weekend. Lots of wrestling. Good Lord. Good luck.
And a Pepperman.